So, when we last left off, it was day 4, I think? No.
Day 3.
Day 3, the end of day 3.
With Milton's
Late on the day of day 3, with Milton's body having disappeared from the stadium. The group did some initial investigation. I don't believe turned up any solid leads one way or the other. And then came upon the idea of, hey, maybe we should make contact with the third of the Thieves Guilds. And ended up getting an invitation to the Red Moon Tavern in the northern section of town. Rumored or known to be a burlesque show, run by a, what's the name? Ava Dietrich, who has at least from the group's declaration, vampiric tendencies. She runs the tavern, puts on the shows, etc. And the group was planning to head there for the evening to see what trouble they could get into. I believe the plan was everybody was going to go, including your recent semi-permanent acquisition of Carlton, in his finest blue and white running pants.
Yes.
Huh?
Did you not?
He didn't look at the pictures.
I was homeworking at school and at football.
So, you guys were going there in the evening. We'll say 9 p.m. or so. Is there anything anybody wishes to do before then
18 customized
when you're on your way? You have a little bit of time after the previous events. There was also some other activities going on as far as carnival, but at least my understanding was the plan was everybody was going to go to the Red Moon. The back of the card had the name Drachenwald Red, and the front was just a business card with a picture of a red moon.
I don't know these people. I plan on going separately, but I'm getting myself some refinery first.
Okay. Yeah, it is considered a upscale tavern with a notable cover charge for anybody going in. Upscale.
What's an upscale type of charge? Because this is the first time I've had to actually ask questions.
An
like
upscale fee?
Yes. I might have to borrow money from somebody.
Oh.
So I can send his tab with you if you like.
3 shillings.
3 shillings?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
See, I love everybody's like, oh, okay. My dwarf would have like,
That's a lot of money.
oh my god.
I mean, for most of you, it's like 1 or 2 weeks' pay at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
my
I-
current character, I'm a 3 brass.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I am too.
So that's a couple of months worth of work for you to
Right.
afford to get into the tavern.
if it wasn't for the fact that we're in a city that's quite lucrative right now,
Well,
That's quite
Why would it be quite lucrative for you, huh?
I don't know.
So,
I haven't even began to thief
upscale
yet.
as
He
in
finds lots of shillings on the ground.
fancy
Yeah.
clothes and all that? Or upscale as in good food, bedding, or good food, good wine?
it's a tavern, not an inn, so it doesn't have any betting as such. Upscale would be middle class or higher. So, not your standard street rags or adventuring clothing, unless it's in good condition. Typically, few if any weapons. Armor would be fairly out of place, and so forth. This is not a military position.
What's armor? Alright.
Doesn't matter, I'm going anyways.
This is my carapace.
That's basically true.
I never remove it.
I've
I
been
haven't in 4 months.
Right.
I was thinking about that. I was like, when was the last time I went anywhere without this armor on?
Steve tank stunk.
You went to a certain place.
Could you
where
check my
probably
computer?
took it off.
But I didn't stay. I wasn't disarmed, was I?
Just the classes?
Yeah, Ben looked and didn't see him, so he
Hello,
might need
George.
glasses.
Alright, I'm gonna leave mine.
We're just getting started.
Okay. Before we go on the
Somebody won't
break
shut
time
up.
Hey, can I
At the end,
Okay.
have some money?
and
Yes. What happened to all the money I gave you?
I'll take off
I bought these clothes.
I gave you like 10 gold, dude.
Right, but I don't know because I don't think that would cross over
He spent all that money.
Out of game.
He was on vacation, man.
Hey, I don't know how much things cost. I've never had that kind of money. So
Do you
people
see
should-
how blue these blue pants
Right.
are?
I mean, if you're gonna, I got Chronoverse cross trainers too, so I'm not gonna.
Oh God, that picture! I swear to God, you look like you're straight up like American Gladiators
I
or
was
something.
going for Detroit Lions.
Same thing.
Right.
So yeah, if there's anything you want to leave behind, just make a note of it.
I found it.
Okay, thanks. I don't necessarily need to know everybody's individual items. If you claim you have something that I think would not be appropriate, I'm going to call you on it.
Yeah.
So if you're in the middle of the bar and I say I pulled my two-handed sword, I'm going to have an issue.
Where are you gonna pull it from? No.
Right.
I plan on actually taking my bow and arrows,
Okay.
but after I change into a more appropriate, nice woodsman outfit,
Okay. Do you have a nice woodsman
no, I
outfit?
go buy it.
Okay, you're going to go buy an outfit? Okay. So those of you who feel they need to get some upper class clothing, or at least moderate, clean, fresh clothing,
Yes.
1 silver gets you an outfit.
You said that it was a tavern?
It is a tavern,
Okay.
nightclub. So if you need good clothing, if you don't already have it, a silver gets you an outfit,
I'm less than-
whatever design you want.
That
Oh, that's pretty good.
red
So
Dragon
we're
Inn.
just gonna skip
Yeah.
this on?
Yeah, whatever design you want.
Yeah, I'm just
Red
This is something you would
I thought it
need.
was
So
Oh,
you might take an extra silver to wipe off the grime as you peel your armor.
Now, I mean,
I'm just
honestly,
thinking. No, I routinely pay to have
You guys
my
don't
shit
have
cleaned.
Yes, but it's been on for 4 months.
I've taken it off.
It's just
Is this still the night up?
They clean your armor, you're just still in it.
I'm gonna.
Like a car
They
wash.
hose you down.
I pay a gold for my outfit because I want.
Oh, you want? Yeah, sure. Okay. You pay a gold. I'll give you plus 20 on any social skills related to, at least related to this.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pay for it.
4 silver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for my own sanity.
Okay. I'll give you a plus 5 for any social skills.
I'll wear my fancy magical cloak
Okay.
and fancy clothes.
Okay. The criteria is if your clothes are in good quality, good condition, etc. You're perfectly fine. If you don't have such things, which I know a lot of you don't, Carlton is the exception because he's of course far fancier than any of this. Then that's up to you guys.
Those are the Converses,
My
by the way.
my armor is very ornate.
It is very ornate. It would be out of place regardless in a place such as this.
If this pops up in anybody
It's
else's
not, because
phone,
it's a nightclub
don't read it.
for party goers. So what I mean, it's like the equivalent of walking in with a
Did that
military
go to
uniform.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody
I'm,
see that? I
I'm trying to think of where I could put it.
If you want, I could say behind and guard your armor for
He'll only wait till morning to hawk it.
your kind of
Fucking-
different
I put it on, not realize he's got a bunch of runes on the inside. He's spent the whole night etching it.
Suddenly you're in trouble.
He's engraving it.
That is amazing.
Are you actually staying?
Dance, monkey dance.
You got all the guns.
You can easily leave things in your room.
I'm probably kidding.
You can easily leave things in your room, assuming you guys are up to date on your room rent.
Oh.
Yeah, how much is the room rent?
What did I say before?
We didn't we purchase it for the whole carnival already?
I think we paid. Yeah, we
We
paid a
paid,
shit
we
ton
paid
amount.
for this week,
Okay.
but I guess we're still in the week.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
day 3 of the week.
Yes, because after the second day, I was like, we're gonna just pay for the rest
Okay,
of it
okay.
before.
Then-
we
then you're
we
good.
Need a new
You're-
bookkeeper for this kind of stuff because I'm terrible at this shit. No. You already-
I'm totally fine with hanging around to whatever money you want me to hang on
Forget
to.
it, I'll do it.
Didn't you invite?
No,
I
I'm
know
not
you
gonna
wouldn't
hang on
let me
money.
do anything.
Well, now you do have somebody who's been taking notes constantly for the last 3 days.
Right?
The GM.
Honestly, yeah. That's,
I don't take notes.
I also have one of the highest intelligences besides him.
What's your intelligence?
Mine
You're an
is a
engineer, never mind.
55 right
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, but what's your strength?
mine's 3.
28.
What's your strength?
My attack bonus.
Mine?
So are you going to be the bookkeeper then?
52.
Since you have that book and all the notes and everything?
Notebook? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Am I stronger than you?
You can track this up.
I guess I'm new.
Eventually he's gonna get too old, so I'm
How's
gonna
your
have to take
weapons
up the
skill?
job anyways.
Probably should.
47.
I mean, I could always take the job
53.
you know, before I-
Dad, I guess he's
I don't mind
I'm
it.
his new guard.
Well, let's see if there's any.
I
changes
say you
in
let
here.
the elf keep track of the gold.
I do too.
So there you go, and I'll give you the other notebook because that's where the.
I'm the most trustworthy
my other
person
notebook's
here.
out
That's
there.
right. You have
But-
given the group the most money.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How could you
Built in
possibly
just
steal
up
from
yours.
that if you've given them all that money?
Oh, yeah.
How
Like,
about
if we
this?
don't
You can
find
change
any info
turns.
actually in the tavern,
Or we just
probably
both
ask
do it
them.
that way. If one of us forgets to
Probably.
write something
If they
down,
know
I'm okay with
write
going
something
there
down.
first.
Okay, now, so the first question, does your character read and write?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you've
I
been
also
faking it
have,
the whole
I
time.
also have paper and quill and ink.
They don't
Good,
have it.
okay, so
You don't
you're
know
gonna
what
keep
you
track
hear
of
Hearing
things,
nothing's
so
gonna happen until
I don't know how much the group fund is currently.
0, I think.
No, it's not 0.
It's not 0.
Okay,
Because I
You know what
gave
might be a
him
good
that
idea?
separate from, because the 20 he gave me is I put into the group fund because
Okay.
we were at 2.
What's
so
that group fund?
the request I would have is transfer whatever information you want to him,
Yep.
and then you get to stop.
Yep, that's fine.
So if it's lost, not tracked, etc., it's on the engineer.
Oops.
And he's got the
Yeah, but
coolest shoes.
the group fund is 26.
I mean, subject obviously to character knowledge and so forth. I don't have a problem
I'm
with
gonna
that.
erase it.
The
You
point
got it
is,
written down?
Yep.
All right.
don't like take it over for him,
Yep.
and we're just saying Carter's doing it. Carter is doing it. He's the one responsible.
Yep.
He says you guys got 5 gold left. That's all you got.
Gotcha.
No pressure.
I have something to do. That's cool.
You say you got 100 gold left. I'm gonna then you got to prove it. I'll ask for I'll audit you.
How does the rapier?
I'll keep a receipt right
Okay.
What melee skills is rapier?
Keep in mind, as your engineer, you're well aware of the fact that at the end of the week, at the end of the carnival,
Fuck.
the tax collectors will be around to charge you and the group based on relative value.
What's
Yeah,
the
I
tax
don't know,
percentage?
It varies based on how much
Alright,
value
that's
you
an
have. The more,
index.
the wealthier you are, the bigger the percent.
Is there any way I could spend the day doing taxes?
You don't want that.
Today,
Okay.
no.
I think it's
No,
one
I'm
handed.
keeping
Tomorrow.
it for
You
him.
don't know what the
Fine.
actual rates are,
I was
other
gonna take
than
it to the
it is
nightclub
high
because
for
it's
wizards,
It's fancy.
clerics, and
It is a
outsiders.
fine quality.
Yeah.
Have they charged?
I noticed that.
They
I was-
charged
oh,
everybody when you
so
went
I take
into
my
town.
battle axe.
Did they charge
Oh,
you? Did
battle
you
hammer.
reveal you were a wizard?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just figure it out when it comes up then.
Okay, so just keep that in mind because at the end of the carnival, I'm going to be asking you how much wealth does the group have
Okay.
because the tax collectors will want their cut.
I'm gonna go to
Okay.
the church real quick
Okay,
to the
Which one?
Sigmar, the Sigmar
Yeah.
temple,
okay.
and I'm gonna drop my armor and my.
You going
hammer
to leave
off
it there? Okay, deposit it there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Guns and everything.
They help you peel
no,
it off.
just the holy relics I have.
Oh, yeah. that's
How much
Saying
do arrows
something.
cost? Does anyone
I'm
know?
whispering
A
about this.
dozen for silver.
Okay.
So
Apologies.
I'll double check that, but I'm fairly sure it's like
The
that.
guy that stole the pie.
The guy that what?
The guy that we found in the alcohol area.
I am with
That
you.
literally
Am I with you or
counts
not?
for every
Oh.
policeman.
Yeah, good point.
The little kid that they ended up.
Wallenstein.
Oh, that kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
that guy, the little guy.
He was in the north.
Yeah, you know where to locate him.
Okay.
That's easy enough. Anytime you want to.
Okay.
Oh,
You-
I
you
don't
wanna
think
go
I'll
locate
never
the
use
kids?
it. I can't. I really
No,
can't
just
use it.
info that I
So
need to know.
Okay.
Can't your character come?
So yeah, they gave you a means and location to contact them if you have work for them. He was very eager to do any work that you have.
I'll hold on to it.
Well, then that's even better.
So how does it work if you have a weapon that you're not
And
trained
I
in
explicitly
We get a
haven't
minus
told
20.
anybody except
minus
you.
20
And no traits.
and no?
That would be
Like
more
deadly
like
You
stun,
can strike the stun, strike the injury.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Any special
So
abilities
like
of the weapon.
I don't have
Yeah,
the
I'm
fencing
curious to see
skill,
what
so I
the
can't
rules
use his
are.
rapier.
You can, it's just you'll take a minus
I'm only
20
telling
and
you
not be able
because
to use
you
any
can actually do
abilities.
something.
Yeah, but a minus 20 from what?
Your
Fencing
attack.
skill, which is
Yeah,
weapon
your
skill.
weapon skill.
Okay.
Normally it's weapon skill plus fencing training.
Or weapon
your-
ranks, training, whatever.
You don't get any ranks at all.
You don't get
So
any
it's
rank.
strength, weapon skill minus 20.
Right.
Now, if it's a fine rapier,
You get the weapon bonus. That's not a problem. Yeah, if you have a bonus due to the material or magic, that applies regardless.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, but if it's I don't know, like a reach weapon, a halberd,
I'm still going.
you don't get reach.
Okay, well I'm gonna take the dwarven axe with me then.
I like that.
Okay.
I thought
It's
it was
just a
great.
hand axe.
Okay,
Only
it's really good at killing
thing was
dwarves.
that, what you were standing on.
I'm sorry.
I said, looks like it looked like it was crawling up out of a hole type thing.
I'm sorry, it's 5 silver for a dozen.
That's a hell of a lot. All right.
For what?
An
I was looking. I wanted to get some fine arrows.
Fine arrows.
Because right now my arrows are all, they're
Basic.
peasant
Basic
arrows.
empire stuff.
Right. Well, so I wanted to get some fine, at least appearance, well made. I'm not talking about a +5, just some well made.
Just some fancier arrows.
Yes.
Okay. If they're 5 silver for a dozen, then say 6 silver for a dozen.
I'm still
Let me
going.
get 2 dozen because I want my quiver
That's
full.
fine. That's fine.
I'm still going with my fur sort of look to my clothes.
Okay.
looking as elegant as
I'm
I'm
trying to create a general idea of what I want them to look
I
like.
look amazing.
You remember
Okay,
when I
I'm-
made that chart?
I mean, fundamentally, everybody's in plain clothes, so armor type 1.
Yeah.
You can describe it however you wish, but it's all based. It's basic cosmetics at that point.
Yeah.
And your class and character is going to determine more of how you interact with people. I mean, unless you, if you say, "Yeah, I'm a Ulrich barbarian, I'm wearing a tuxedo," that's not really going to help you very much.
No sleeves.
But you dress like an Ulrichian barbarian would with nicer clothes. Sure, you work just fine.
So my armor would work?
That's
No.
effectively what I'm doing.
No?
No,
No, dude.
wearing your armor to this sort of a place would be out of the ordinary, and you would stand out.
Hence the
Are
whole
they-
debate I just
Right.
had.
It's roughly the equivalent of going to a nightclub wearing formal military dress.
That actually gets you laid in a hot second.
Yeah,
Well,
it
that-
does.
That may be,
It's like, come on, man.
but
Like what I was talking
From
about is just like
experience.
having a little bit of
Yeah,
really rough around the shoulders.
okay.
well, I'm not talking like I'm talking like the really formal outfits and everything.
Wolf belt and
You generally wouldn't go out to a social gathering wearing that. You go to a formal event, military event, wearing that.
Okay.
Now, wearing your uniform to a nightclub as a military person, that would be more reasonable.
Yeah. That's just horrible.
But none of you are active in the local military or the watch or anything like that, so you don't really have that sense. Instead, it'll come across more as you're dressed wrong for the situation. I mean, you're going to a nightclub type thing.
Hey,
You're not
remember
really
when I
going with the expectations of
Yeah,
combat.
When I made that joke accidentally,
I love to dance. I'm good at
the
it.
nightclub joke.
And there is no mosh pit, so
The face is amazing.
okay.
Okay, so I'll, I guess, spend a
That's
gold
a book from.
on clothes.
You're gonna get extra fancy clothes.
Yes.
Okay.
And the only thing I'll bring when we're going there is my sword and shield. Like, I'll turn those into the person.
I'll give you the other one.
They'll turn those into the person.
Yeah, don't
He's assuming there's a check.
Yeah, the
weapon
check.
Sure,
Checking.
sure. There'll be a weapon check, no doubt. You're bringing your sword and shield just so you can check it.
No, so I can so I can go grab it in case something happens.
He's worried about the to and from, I think. More
Okay.
Than he
Okay.
Those look
Okay. So as we've established, if you want to pay a gold, I'll give you a plus 20 on the social interaction skills. 4 silver, you get a plus 5. 1 silver, you have clothes, and you're dressed appropriately for the scenario.
Is mine a plus 5?
No, I'm going to do 4
What'd you
silver
pay?
samples.
Whatever his.
No, yours is still the base level. They're just really stand out.
Do you remember how much you spent on my clothes?
I bought 10% of fancy clothes. Like I went out and bought them.
You did. Well, that's up to Carlton. You have legitimate fancy clothes that George bought for you.
Right.
And then you have what Carlton views as the top tier trendy clothes, which is what your character is based off of.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm stressing here is your view of fashion is not what everybody else's view of fashion is.
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
I know you think they're
Don't
great,
give us
but
negative.
they're a little behind the times. 'cause
Yeah. Everybody
right now-
says we got to dress up. Carlton comes down with his blue and white stripes.
I want everyone to know those blue and white stripes are parachute pants that cut off at the calf.
I thought they were.
They're parachute pants. Yeah. Straight up MC Hammer, no joke. Like, what they are.
Anyway,
I read, it's not like
I'm going to stare at him for a
Yours were
second
fine.
and go, did you attend the Elven Court?
What's that? Huh? What? Yeah. No, leave it. Look, come on.
That's what the ladies wear.
It's no. This is so the ladies. You gotta have pants big enough for ladies to get into.
you peacock.
Gotcha.
Oh my god.
Most times
Red
to do
Moon
this
is
entire
not like a red light district.
No.
Style.
Yeah, if they're doing a Carlton.
You know what a red light
It-
district style is?
Yeah, I don't know how to
Yes.
do that.
I'm trying to
Okay.
get him laugh.
so
A pistol by itself.
for clarity,
Spent too much time in Europe.
as a burlesque bar,
Keep it in my jacket.
it is burlesque bars, at least as far as this setting, play up the adult aspect, but keep it PG-13.
Okay.
I.e., they're trying to toe the line from being
A strip club.
risque versus being purely adult.
Yeah.
You want adult, you go to the slums. Frederick can tell you where. If you want
That was you.
upper class burlesque, then you go to the upper class area. Okay?
Okay.
What was that
So-
movie called?
You don't want to walk into a place where
You can interact with whoever you want.
Dusk till dawn.
No, I'm in a group of guys. I'm about to talk about a musical.
Yay.
The Red.
Hamilton.
No.
Curtain.
No.
Chicago.
Jesus Christ.
Wicked.
Window.
Wicked.
Although
Superstar.
that would be a pretty good example of what he's
Jesus
talking
Christ.
about.
Chicago, yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago's a pretty close one to the sort of feel of this. That's more of the
Moulin
burlesque.
Rouge. That's
Yeah,
what-
Moulin Rouge is a good example too. I mean that's the idea of a burlesque club.
Yep.
Is it's adult but not quite completely adult.
Correct. That's all. When you said burlesque club,
There's an ice
that's
cream
what I
bar on
thought
the
of.
side.
Right. I incorrectly associated with karaoke. That's not the case. It could be, but not really. That's not really the intent. So, just wanted to make sure everybody was up to speed on what we were talking about here.
The fuck is his name? The guy who's taking cellophane.
Okay, so my understanding is everybody is wearing some sort of regular clothes.
No, I've got fancy.
I have
Fancy clothes or whatever, but plain clothes.
Yeah,
Okay.
normal clothes. I'm not wearing my armor.
No armor or
helmet
anything.
like that.
Is anybody taking weapons of any sort other than your bow, your hammer?
No, I'm leaving the hammer at the church.
Okay.
Do we qualify a walking stick as a hammer? Oh, weapon.
As a hammer, no.
Okay.
Well, it could work.
You're taking your staff. That's fine. I'm just asking what you guys are bringing.
Where are we supposed to put our stuff if we don't want to carry it around? Just
I
in a
guess
room?
that's up to you.
We've been leaving it in the room.
Okay.
I've been taking all my stuff with me
I would
everywhere
have
I go.
asked the barkeep if he has
So you've been walking around this city
No.
with a big backpack full
No,
of
isn't
shit.
your room secure?
Yeah.
All right, I need your opinion.
I don't
I just
trust
bought a
my
30
companions.
gold
why I made
pistol.
it
You don't trust your
Should I keep
companions.
it in my jacket or should I just?
Well, yeah, they've been here
Keep
for
it on,
3
'cause you
days.
can 100%.
They seem trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking 2 pistols and a hand axe.
Hasn't
so
been any problems recently.
Uh-huh.
Don't roll your eyes.
I'm gonna keep
Do
my
you have
repeater pistol.
Do you have a safe for something you
They're
can
nice
store it in,
pistols,
even
right?
if it's your own personal safe?
They are hot. They're fine.
What are you looking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
store?
Just
There's
my
just a lot of them.
my general equipment.
I'm leaving the one. you
I
gave
have
me.
a small lockbox I can put a couple of things in, but I don't think it's going to fit your equipment.
Hey Matt, if you want, I'd go buy a big,
Keep
big box and
Yeah.
get locked.
Because he-
So shortly before you guys go,
I'm
Milt
waiting
or
for it.
Frederick disappears with all his stuff. Comes back a little bit later, just wearing his clothing.
Which is weird.
It is.
That's really weird.
You're not even sure it's Frederick initially
He's
because
so
you
little.
haven't seen him ever without his armor on.
You're really little.
I literally have.
I am not.
He's like he's only like 5'2".
Right? Like,
My dude's 5'11". He's like a fucking giant.
Well, with your armor on.
He can
Well, with my armor, he's probably
you've got
6.5
soles
feet
like
tall.
this. Soles on your boots and this.
You can run 60 miles per hour. We just learned.
That just gave me an idea.
He just
So
starts
you're
jumping.
so you're
4
taking
feet off the ground.
you're taking your bow.
Great movie. What's that movie?
Oh my god.
Help me out. I know you guys have seen it. Super fast guy that went around with chains attached to him when he had to get somewhere.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's the.
Mulan.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Wow.
It's the same guys that did
Witchcraft.
No, it's
no, the Knights in the Same Need. It's that
yeah,
same group
same
of guys.
group of people. Yes,
Like there's a thing where this guy's like his legs are this big. It's
Life of Brian?
no. It's
Same
like
people.
it's
Same people.
yeah, it's just
Monty
that,
Python.
but that's exactly what it is. And at one point the queen wants to get a message somewhere real fast, and she hands it to him, and he starts running in place, and then these chains drop off because it's the only thing that keeps him from.
They took him out of Olympia.
Oh,
Flash.
that's Terry Gilliam's. I know the movie. It has like all these 5 or 6 different heroes
Yeah,
that
he's
have really
superheroes,
strange
yeah.
things.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Anyway, sorry. Yep.
I'll look it
I
up.
think the actor is Terry Gilliam.
Mhm.
Is the one that does that one because he's
Imagine
super
not
fast.
having
My
that.
favorite part is when he catches up to a ball and he tries to grab his grabs the elbow and thing from armor and puts it in the ball. Goes clink. He keeps moving the bullet. Clink.
Anyway, so bow. What weapon were you bringing?
2 pistols and a hand axe.
Okay,
Knife and these.
okay.
Sword and shield.
How about you, engineer?
Oh, I'm keeping my repeater pistol with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Weapon.
and you're just bringing your stick. Okay,
Leaving your fireball
so
at home.
a couple of you are planning to go to a saloon.
It's called
The rest of
falling
you are heading to a nightclub.
Yeah, for night.
Okay. So you head across town, arrive at the Red Moon. There are a couple of large bouncers outside. They look like fairly strong-looking guys. They're holding back a short line of people that are waiting to get in. Others are just walking up and going in. They see you. They see you guys approach.
I stride up,
Okay.
and I say the phrase in the back of the card. Whisper it.
Which would be?
I can't remember the name of something red. I read it off the back of the card.
Did we actually get a card?
Yes.
He did.
I lean over to you.
I save the card. Whatever's on the card.
I'd say the card.
Whatever's on the card.
I think it's on the back of the.
Something red. I can't
Drakenwald Red.
Yeah, Dragon yeah.
It's on the back of the rapier sheet.
Okay. They look at you confused, and then give you a shove and say, "Get back in line."
Yeah, you guys. See, I got
That
this.
didn't work.
Let's stand right in front of the guy.
Maybe you could ask.
So
Okay.
they indicate the two of you need to get in line.
I
The rest of
I'm
you
already in
saunter. Okay, you're already in
I'm
line.
already
Yeah.
in line.
Carlton saved your spot dancing. If you wish to join him.
How long is the line?
If we make it longer. is that-
From the looks of it, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Oh,
It's not particularly excessive.
I'm trying
Alright.
to start a conga line. Like I'm
Well,
lining people's hips.
The line's getting a little bit longer given the space around Carlton that's growing. But, like I said, there is space if you wish to join Carlton.
I'm gonna.
Or you can get in line, a couple people behind him. So,
I'm gonna start chatting up the bouncers and just bullshitting with them.
okay.
While I wait for, I'm gonna be like, I'm not getting in line with him. I'll wait until he gets up here.
Why me?
Not you. I'm
Oh,
pointing at
yeah.
him.
Okay.
I'm not getting in line with him either, but
Uh,
I'll get in line wherever I make it to.
Okay.
If it's behind them.
Okay. So you get in line. What are the rest of you trying to do?
Same.
getting in line.
Okay. So all of the rest of you just get in line?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, one
I'm
person
gonna
behind
try
Carl.
to gossip with the other people in
Yeah.
line.
Kept
Okay,
pulling me
what are you
out.
asking about?
What the hell did I do?
You
State
existed.
of the town
You
and
run every time we
general
get in a fight.
on
What do you want me to do? 14
the,
attack?
current-
That's my melee attack.
Okay.
bonus.
Give me a gossip roll.
Use
I'm
that
late.
fancy gun you got.
What's the quality of people in the line?
What's the
That's my
quality of people?
Okay.
None of them appear to be
I
magical.
can go like.
No, I'm talking about social status.
Social status is
And he's sober.
silver 3 through 6 for the
And
most part.
People just walking in.
The people just walking in are gold.
Well, I'm trying to just walk in because I'm gold.
Okay. Give me a charm test.
Do I get any
So
bonuses?
you're wearing your dress.
If you have any fancy clothing,
Now I'm pissed.
I do.
the bonus that I gave you.
You didn't
Can I
get
distract
bonus.
them since I'm already bullshitting with them?
No, they're not really paying any attention to you.
Why did that?
I mean, you're talking to them. They're focused on the crowd and keeping
that
people
didn't
out.
roll properly. Why did I do that?
Sure, my armor.
If we get into a fist fight, I'm fairly
But you're gold to begin with, aren't you?
formidable.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll get
No, that's fine.
crushed like a flock.
So you walk up. They glance in your direction, collect the 3 silver, and let you through.
Oh,
Artem glances back at the crowd, smiles smugly, and goes in.
Oh, god damn it.
Brass, silver,
Silver.
silver.
Brass with
Brass.
fire, that's silver 6.
Hey, I'm silver
I wouldn't even have
4.
known how to do that. Alright, that didn't work. He just smiled at him
That's the
and walked in. What the freaking hell?
Okay, so 20, 30 minutes or so go by before Carlton makes it up to the front of the line. He takes a look at you. They've been like shaking their head at you for a few minutes at least.
Trying to avoid eye contact as I'm staring them down the entire time.
Sure. They collect your 3 silver.
Yeah.
And let you in. They go through everybody accordingly. So you walk in. The place is fairly sizable. It's pretty crowded. Here and there's tables that are partially filled as far as people. There is some singing group, handful of women dancing and singing on the stage. Fairly decent quality. Not the best you've heard, but definitely not the worst. Certainly entertaining value. There's a couple of seats open at the bar.
I want to see if I can get a table with the time and then get a lay of the land of who's doing what. per se. Like if there's
Okay.
someone waiting for someone else,
Looking for a heroin spider.
Okay.
or who's being shady and stuff like that.
Okay. Give me a blind perception check.
My
You're
God,
right.
my gossip
Did
is
they-
looking at
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Did they confiscate any weapons? Ask about weapons or anything?
They
when
do.
went in?
They any weapons that are visible,
Gotcha.
they confiscate and check.
Okay.
I put my
Okay.
shield.
Shields the same way.
So I see them doing that. I
Yes.
immediately
Get a
pull out
throwback?
the dagger. Like I
Yeah.
totally understand. I'm
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah, all of
I'm
them
pretty
are
sure.
all of them
Don't
are being
worry.
checked. You can get them when you leave.
Okay.
But Madam
Family
Ava
heirloom.
has dictated there are no weapons to be allowed on the premises.
Madam who?
Ava.
Okay. I remember that.
Ava Dietrich.
Family
Vampire.
heirloom. That's what this is. My knife is.
Okay. So if you have any weapons, I mean, all of you in line have plenty of time to see. They're confiscating weapons and so forth. If you want to try to sneak any in, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to assume whatever weapons you have get checked.
Do they take my staff?
No,
Okay.
they don't. They'll let you go in. You're gold level.
Just
Dang dirty.
see how small your arms are. They're not
You can
worried.
look at my message,
Okay.
I also roll.
but it's not in a location that
Are you
is
gonna try to
accessible
find
even to me right now.
Hmm.
It's in one of the new boots I just bought.
Oh, okay.
Reason why
I was
bought
going to
new
say it's up your
boots,
butt.
No.
Not accessible. Okay, give me a what is it?
They take your boots off.
What's the skill for hiding things?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. There you go.
If they have it. That's an advanced skill.
I'm fairly certain he has it.
I'm sure he does.
I
too.
kinda wish I
Fairly
could take
certain the
the
guy
level
that's a
one
thief
for
has
my
sleight of hand, but not very good at
class
it.
instead.
As my prior
Kinda wish I picked this class
Versus his
instead.
perception. So.
as my prior status was silver 6
149.
Pretty fun.
before I changed
At
over
least
this.
it's
I think you
Huh?
should re-roll that
Heard it.
because
Yeah,
I just
you
made the
can-
error of being a silver
What are you
6.
get, a 92?
You guys still have
95.
all of the abilities
You guys
of
accessing the
upholding the
You
ability.
can, but they don't seem to care.
Just from like
Silver is silver.
Yeah, reroll.
You're
I was not
as
that
far as they're
Like,
concerned,
it'd be
the
like
differences
a
are
little
peasant,
circle,
commoner, nobility.
I don't want to be
like
Not the
little link.
omnibus
You're not. You're not. I mean, you're going to this bar, so you're a commoner.
Yeah, Warhammer
Because a
Fantasy.
peasant couldn't possibly afford this,
That could help with-
and everybody's wearing at least reasonable clothing.
It is annoying because I went from silver 6.
There are situations where that will make a difference. In this case, silver is silver.
I went from silver 6 to up to apostle gold
At least it looks like that.
down to at lower.
That's my sleight of hand.
Start with the
Okay.
crossbow.
Yeah, no, you managed to sneak it in, no problem. They seem to be doing a fairly basic search. They are checking for things, but really larger items.
Okay.
Okay.
Down
So,
to at low. That's fine.
okay. So, anybody else want to sneak anything in? What are you trying to,
Dagger.
you're gonna try to sneak a dagger in? Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
I'm not gonna bother. I'm formidable with my
What's
hand.
sleight of hand based off of? It's a advanced skill of dexterity, I believe.
Stick up.
So it's
Not
gonna
me.
be.
I'll just check it.
Okay.
No, you don't lock it.
Wait,
Because I had it tucked up
I'm not
underneath the
sure if
shirt,
it's dexterity
with the
or
two
agility.
pistols.
30
and the axe.
skill with my fist.
and the whole idea was that the obvious
you
shit they'd be like,
throw
oh yeah,
rocks
because I'll
at
just
it.
happily, and then I'll have the dagger
Sometimes.
kind of hidden, but
They're used to a lot of people sneaking knives. So, I mean, they're doing a
Yeah.
basic check.
that's fine.
If you
I'll
have-
make a real point of pulling it out and just smile it at them and put it down.
Okay.
so
So you could have done like him, and I give him my weapons: dagger, 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 dagger.
how do
And they
you,
didn't even check me.
what is sleight of hand again?
Sleight of hand is a advanced skill.
So
It is agility based.
run up.
You roll. If you don't have sleight of hand, then you have a minus 20.
It's dex based.
Dex based. Sorry. Is there a dex?
Yeah.
I thought it was agility.
Pretty nice.
There's
Okay,
both.
dex.
Dex is one you don't use very often.
Yeah, Dex
And
is
the
not a.
rules is-
It's like 2 skills, maybe 3.
Okay.
And the rule is, if you don't have it, I don't think you can actually do it.
I'll put my repeater pistol.
I'm willing to let people try, but
Yeah.
you're gonna give them your weapons.
Mine flip it, yeah.
Okay.
Open lock and sleight of hand are the only 2 skills I have that involve Dex.
Art.
Okay.
What is it?
Art.
Painting.
Oh yeah, art. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who's art?
That's the skill that's used
He
even.
confused me by saying the word. I'm like, huh?
That's a skill used even less than dex.
I do have one. I think okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your perception check you rolled.
Okay.
You look around. The most notable the room itself is well appointed, fairly luxurious, but almost overly luxurious, if if that makes sense. It's like things are there's an awful lot of decorative pillows and decorative candles and things like that to make the place appear fancier than it might actually be. Most of the crowd seems very fixated on the show. There's maybe a half dozen waiters and waitresses, all above average attractiveness, moving around the place, giving out drinks, food, etc. for whoever's ordering food. The bar is fairly busy. There's people that come up to it with somewhere there to get drinks and food and so forth. The people coming in are relatively few and far between. There's always maybe a half dozen seats open in the place. So as people finish their food and get bored or whatever, they leave and other people come in. There's maybe 50 to 75 people total in the bar or in the tavern. Plus, like I said, 6 or 7 showgirls doing the show. Over on the side, on one of the corners, furthest from the bar, but on a slightly elevated area, is a fancier table where you see a particularly attractive dark-haired woman dressed in a strong red gown, evening gown, seated. She has a bottle and glass of wine, and is currently looks like she's talking with Jaina Eberhauer,
Which is.
the assistant magistrate to the Wizard College.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Deputy High Wizard.
Yes, deputy of the High Wizards.
Is there anyone else that pulsates magic other than this deputy? I assume
The
pulsates.
dark-haired woman does.
Okay.
The bouncers at the front door possess magic, but they don't cast magic.
Okay.
Okay, and here and there you get glimpses of additional magic.
Can I use my intuition to see if it's witchcraft?
No, none of it's witchcraft.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay then. Carry on.
Sure, you just kill him
Just
first.
come here.
Okay.
Walk.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You after 20 30 minutes or so, you find a table, one empties out, that looks like it would be sizable enough to at least hold the whole group,
Okay.
depending on whether or not you want to include Carlton in that. But there's at least 7 seats. So you claim that table. They bring some drinks for you. The first round is on the house.
Okay.
It's basic, nothing fancy, but they have a large menu of fine foods, drinks, etc. to entertain you however you wish. Every 30 minutes or so, there's a 10-minute break in the show, and then another act comes on. Around that time, the rest of the group starts slowly filing in, starting with Carlton, who everybody sort of looks at because there's a lull in the show. A couple of people are asking, I wonder if he's the next act.
Carlton
And so
comes
forth.
onto the stage.
I gotta, man, I just being around him, I want to take him out to a bar in real life.
Okay.
See you do it.
Problematic, man, because I do the
So,
same thing. I've done the
Matt,
worms in the
Carlton, and you give me a perception check.
Your big ass doing the worm?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I will pay money to see that. Let's go.
I'm
Right
on
now.
board.
Let's go to a bar.
He said perception, right? Oh right.
I will
That
liquor
is-
you up.
I don't have to be. That's the problem.
If we got big
Oh,
enough
that's a
floor.
58.
What are we
Okay.
doing?
141.
141. Okay.
Perception.
As you guys come in, Matt, you see over on the far side of the room that table with the dark-haired woman and Jaina Aberhauer, the assistant to the wizard. She glances over towards the table where you see him seated
Mm-hmm.
and at the doors. And then she leans over, says something to the lady, and then gets up and heads for the exit.
Oh no.
I'll walk right past her, like purposely make sure my path gets close to her, the lady
Okay.
who's leaving,
Okay.
and just say, hi, what was her name? Jaina Aberhouse?
Aberhauer.
Aberhauer.
Hey there, Jaina.
And she would not be a lady, though, would she? It's not a lady. It's
Oh
just
my.
Could be.
a wizard.
No, it just says.
Roll that blind.
Is that Is she crossing the dance floor area?
No.
No.
Going around the outside. Looks like she's just heading for the side.
Gotcha. I was gonna
So it's not lady though. It's just Jane.
No.
I will, as she gets by her, I'll try to meet eyes with her and say, "Good evening, Miss Alberhauser. I thought you would like to join a fellow High Wizard."
Okay. She pauses momentarily, almost in surprise, and says, "Good evening, sir," and then continues on.
she
Smirk.
gave you the good evening.
I'm gonna try. Did she have anything on her person I felt like I could lift?
She's wearing a formal gown.
Well, then I'm going to bump into her,
Okay.
doing it in such a way that I thought she was trying to invite me to a hug or something. Oh, and as like, "Oh, good evening, sir." I'm gonna move in like she wants a hug, doing my best to get a sleight of hand check to see if there's something I can lift off her person.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Just a minute, you're feeling
I
her
am.
up.
Versus her perception.
That's fine.
You gonna pull a Trump.
All right, let's see if I'm gonna have to spend something here. Where's my sleight of hand? I know it's on here.
Wow.
How dare attack.
I got there was a lot of how dare you rob the wizards.
They deserve it.
You know
They do have a lot of money.
You know the video,
right?
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
So you bump up into her, attempting to make a social faux pas or whatever. You're not able to lift anything of her. She seems to resist and push back a bit.
Okay.
Sort of
I'll look confused.
backpedals a little bit, circles around you, and then heads for the exit.
No touchy.
No touchy.
Now I check myself,
Okay.
She pickpocketed you.
and then
There's nothing you detect that's missing.
I only have 2 things left. They took everything else at the door anyway.
Will you get back to the door?
Yeah, but where's your pride? Where do you keep your
I
pride?
know my pride
Okay.
is long
If
gone.
there's something bad about to happen, yeah, I understand that.
Nothing.
Much reminder.
I don't know
No, he's
this
turned into a
person's role in everything.
She,
So-
as far as a player,
Yes.
she is the deputy to the High Wizard.
Okay, but then that means nothing to me other than
Okay.
the fact that it might mean something to him is the only reason why it means something to me.
Okay.
And so before I go bother the table with the obvious important person, I go to him.
Okay.
No, I'm saying if I do
So
have
Earl-
the ability, I
Which
can
one's
set
Earl? Are you
something
Earl?
bad
What's
for
that?
happening before it happens.
No, you guys are all coming
I
in.
just
They
walk
just
straight
happen
up
to be
to
the
the
first
say,
ones
"Hey,
in line.
Can I get any info?
Lady over
Um,
Jana
The
Alberhauser
and the
just
questions you had were
She
what?
was sitting over with the lady over there with the
any-
dark hair.
Yeah. Just general people's opinions Probably on the just a conversation.
Okay.
She saw you.
The general feeling that you get is
It's possible,
there's
I
some
guess.
complaints about
do?
the upcoming taxes.
Did
Um,
Don't bother
for the
me.
most part, everybody seems either really annoyed and offended about them,
Yeah, but
and are looking at ways they can either leave town soon to avoid the taxes, or party such that they forget about them. Or the alternative view is I'm not affected by them, so I don't care. They make complete sense.
I
Okay.
heard that bad.
As far as the nobility,
It's,
most of the group are.
take it so hard.
It varies between concern about or concern for the Grath, who hasn't been seen publicly in a couple of weeks.
My concern is we saw the doctor now twice. Why the hell is he come now?
When was the second time?
Doctors gotta have fun, dude.
Didn't he come out twice for the drinking?
I thought that was once.
Maybe it was only
Yeah,
once.
the other time he saw him.
Yeah, he saw him, yeah.
I saw him.
At
A
a
lot of
personal level.
I did. An eyeful. At least.
I forgot about that. That was, I knew it was some debauchery.
I was trying to forget about it.
You gotta block
Thank
that out
you,
of your memory.
Max.
Yeah,
Okay.
my fault.
Why are we here?
Good question.
Just to suffer.
Because you got an invite.
What did I miss?
The invite.
Well, we're here because Matt wanted this fancy tavern. that
Not
just
disappeared. He
filled
just
with wizards.
the word is he's holed up in the castle.
Wizards,
Ever
witches,
since the
and,
death of his wife,
no,
he's been
no witches.
he's been sad
Wizards and
and
vampires.
distraught, and he hasn't been seen publicly in a couple of weeks.
That picks up on the radar too if they're
Do you
vampires.
remember
I
why
really
we
just
were
wanted you here so
So-
when I
They
screw
have
things up really
witchcraft.
bad.
Okay,
and I
so a
come
little
close
bit
to
after
dying,
that, all of you gather up at the table, take in what I've shared thus far.
I'm heading over
and-
to the lady.
Okay.
Which one?
Because I never got told who to show this card to.
Okay.
So you go to the bar.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm somehow covered in sparkles at this point, guys, and I have sunglasses that nobody knows why.
What are sunglasses?
And there aren't any sparkles here.
Right. This place is amazing.
Right.
The beat
Yeah.
of the music is like dum. He's
Right,
one.
I'm like,
He's obviously hung on to a couple of those extra pouches.
yes. I'm the one that found the other bag.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them, but they're gone now.
Okay, so you get up and wander over to the other table?
Yep.
Okay. You wander over there. She has her meal. She's drinking some wine. She ignores you initially, almost as if she doesn't even realize you're there. Just listening to the
Does she have
music.
bodyguards?
She has plenty of people in the place, but none seem right at her.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm assuming this is Lady Ava or Madame Ava or whatever.
From the description, yes.
Okay.
She is, like I said, dressed in a formal evening gown, bright red, dark hair, surprisingly pale skin. Give me a perception check.
Damn it. I always want to reach for
This
my
is
dice.
this is a blind one.
Okay.
You tell that she's
GM
avoiding the
blind
light.
here, huh?
Mhm.
Blind GM rolls. Let's click that.
fine. She's a wizard. It's fine.
Oh yes, wizards are known for
I wish it
being
was easier.
Wizards
to
are totally
judge.
trustworthy.
Yeah.
incorruptible
Jesus.
sources of.
They are the most untrustworthy people in this
Okay.
world. That's actually true. Absolute fact.
Says the elf.
That's
Especially
Merlin.
stage show wizards.
Hey, elves are naturally magic. We don't have to come by it through any other means.
Oh, okay. All
Who
those,
says they don't?
all those wizards steal the magic from the elves.
They
Is that-
do.
Is that what the special kids told you?
Anyways,
Is that what they told you at the special kids school?
They did.
Wait for Matt.
what's
You
that?
want the fact that you're magic.
Well, that's fine. He's not with you right now at the table.
Huh?
Just generally keep
It's a
away
South
from
Park
him.
thing.
I don't want to be seen meddling with the affairs of the other guild.
Okay.
So you're not going to sit at the table with the rest of the group?
No, I'm gonna go around gossiping to the people in the
Okay.
tavern.
Okay.
I like my characters
Give me
too
a
young
gossip
to
check
be
with
here.
-40 because most of the group here is here to watch the shows,
Yeah.
not chat. So go ahead and give me a roll.
I like my characters too young to be here.
I should probably say.
No, these sorts of shows are perfectly fine for kids.
No.
I'm hanging out with the wizard.
He is explicitly 17.
That's
You're
perfectly
good to go.
fine.
Well, I was just
17,
saying
you're like an
that
adult.
If I'm not with
Yeah,
someone,
you are.
I
You've had your
can't
first
rotate
kid already and
Yeah,
because I
No,
think-
my parents have had their 4th kid. No, 5th.
Oh, of course.
right. But you've already, I mean, you're 3-year-olds at home.
Poor mom.
In the Middle Ages. Gotta grow them early to work the farm.
Yep. That's
That's
absolute
exactly
fact.
what it was.
Retirement's at 25, death is at
You have
30.
a very small window.
So,
No, a lot of math.
Huh?
it shouldn't be that much
If you have
math.
plenty of kids,
Yeah,
you can
subtract
retire.
40.
I have a lot of
add
bonuses and negatives.
If you're
Okay.
lucky.
So, anyways,
A lot of kids, though.
you notice she's wearing quite a bit of makeup,
Okay.
almost to accentuate the pale skin.
Okay.
Like she's wearing a lot of white makeup. She seems older than she presents. Crow's feet around the eyes and so forth, and little wisps of gray in her hair that haven't been completely hidden.
Okay.
She's eating a large plate of pasta. Notable for the fact that off to the side there's a small collection of whole garlic cloves set aside out of the dish. Okay. I'm just going based on what group theories are. Well, it's on her plate. So
You gonna eat those?
anyway, she finally looks up and says, "Yes, are you enjoying yourself?
Oh,
How you?
not especially, madam.
Would you care for an artist? It'll last longer."
Oh.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking about to draw you.
If that's what you're staring at.
I look around. Other than the pile of garlic, what else would I stare at?
I don't know. You've been standing here for several minutes just looking at me.
I don't know the customs of you humans.
Well, normally it's impolite to interrupt one meal without an invitation.
I pull out the card. I felt I was invited. I apologize. I'm not sure who I was supposed to talk to.
Okay. She looks at the card and doesn't seem to
That's fine.
pay any attention to it.
I
You
believe
have a
I'm supposed
business card for our tavern.
I believe I'm supposed to ask about a Drakenwald Red.
Probably should talk to the barmaid for that. I don't serve the wine here.
Understood. So perhaps I have the person that I need to speak to wrong. I apologize. I would offer to pay for your meal, but this is your establishment, so excuse me. I walk away.
Okay.
I just stare at the table and laugh. Just laugh maniacally.
I'd pay for it, but you're too rich
I got
for me
an
to pay for it. So-
88. Okay.
89.
89. Okay. You wander around, start to talk up people. After 5 or 10 minutes, one of the waiters approaches you and comments, "I'm sorry, sir, but if you're going to disturb the patrons, we're going to have to ask you to leave."
Okay. And with that, I'll go.
Is he at our table when the guy approaches?
No, he's been wandering around the bar, sitting down at other people's tables, engaging them in conversation. And a
This
couple
goes back to what I was saying.
and a couple of the patrons have complained, and the waiter is now telling him he's going to have to stop and enjoy the show or leave.
Well, I was just commenting to him. I was like, I can't wait. I would love to be a fly on the wall when these kids go to their first bar in real life, because then they're going to realize that all this role playing they've been doing, yeah, that's not how life works.
No.
I beg to differ. Walking around and sitting at random people's tables is phenomenal.
In a lot of
Oh, no,
cases, absolutely.
That actually,
It
you're
works
right.
great.
Especially if you've had a few drinks and
I
loosened up.
don't
but-
disagree with that in certain situations.
Yes, absolutely. Now, when there's a show to watch,
When there's a
yes,
show and people are there to watch the show, they do not want to be disturbed.
absolutely.
It's like going to a comedy act and sitting down at somebody's table and engaging them in conversation.
Is the show currently active?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to. Is there a girl walking around selling flowers?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna buy a single rose,
Okay.
right? And I'm gonna pick what I think is the prettiest out of all of them. Actually, correction. I'm gonna pick the one that I think is the ugliest out of the group
Okay.
up on stage,
Okay.
right? Huh?
You're hurting. I got you. Hurting. HERDING.
And I'm going to wait until there's a lull,
Okay.
right? And then I'm going to go up on stage, right, when they're doing their break between skits, and I'm going to hand her one and say, "You're just the absolute belle of the ball,"
Okay.
and go sit back down, just say a little like charming little
Okay.
thing to her.
It costs you a brass for the flower.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel like this isn't gonna end well.
Yeah. There.
This
Like I
is
said.
absolutely going to end well.
Like I said, there's about half a dozen waiters and waitresses
No,
walking
for-
around serving food, drinks, and so forth, and at least one walking around with miscellaneous things like that with flowers and so forth.
Cigarettes, gum.
Yeah, that sort of stuff for anybody who cares to buy those sorts of things. They're not charging a huge amount for them. Okay, you go back, sit down at the table.
I find the bartender or whatever.
Sure, there's 3 bartenders over at the bar, pouring drinks, serving drinks, and so forth. You walk up to the first one.
Look
She
for
takes a look at
Dragonblood
it.
Red.
Dragonblood Red.
Dragonblood Red.
That's an unusual one.
It is.
Okay. She looks back at the wine rack, checks a couple of bottles, says, "Doesn't look like I had that one. I got too many customers here. If you don't mind, you want to go down to the basement and check for it?"
We'll do.
Okay.
Well done. Well done.
We get killed.
She
It's all your
indicates
fault.
she indicates over to the side. There's a door marked "Servants Only."
Don't worry.
You're going to get eaten.
Don't worry, you'll be quite tasty.
All right. As I get to the door, walk over there and walk in like I own the place
It's just
as
like-
usual.
Such
Okay.
a
Yeah,
wood
you
taste
push
to
the
it.
door open. It's a two-way swinging door.
Okay.
On the other side is a narrow hallway.
Okay.
There's a couple of doors on the right, a door on the left that sounds like it goes into a kitchen of some sort, and at the end of the hallway is a flight of stairs curving down.
Yeah, I head for that.
Okay.
As soon as I hit the stairs where I believe I'm out of everyone's view,
Uh-huh.
I make sure to transfer the dagger to someplace more accessible.
Okay.
And I wait to see if any of my allies noticed I got away and
Did
went through
anybody
the door.
notice the aim?
I look looking back at the door like, did anybody
Oh,
follow
yeah.
me?
Well,
Everybody give me a perception check. What?
you've not asked what I was really doing.
Okay. You were just
Was
sitting
what
here.
you were doing is staring at the elf and watching them the entire
No.
Okay, then give me a perception check.
If you notice, none of us got asked.
I didn't
I have
ask.
to learn to speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
I,
What was it that you were trying to do, Ben?
I'm bored to death.
I was literally just looking to see if any of the people that I know are around here are here.
Yep, I rolled a
Okay.
two.
That guy. And two, I was hanging out at the bar ordering whiskey occasionally or something similar that.
So you're not sitting with the group?
He
No.
got drunk
Okay.
already.
So
I was wanting to hang out at the
there,
bar. I was
there
just
are no
staring
other
one at the
notable
west.
NPCs other than the dark-haired lady who you assume is Ava Dietrich. Okay.
This is an odd well
Um,
for a mug. Oh wait, it's glass.
And I am not doing this because of what he did. I was
I'm
trying
fine.
to tell
I'm
you.
fine. So give me a perception check. What did people get?
No.
117.
1-6.
But so my
127.
focus has been the stage. So every dance they were doing, I was attempting to copy it from where I was at.
Okay.
So if you want to negative
I
on
will modify
117,
accordingly. What'd you
Gotcha.
get?
I got a 117.
117.
103.
He just goes running
A
shaking
two?
into the
Yep.
basement.
Okay.
Wait, total?
No, total 48.
Well,
but
he has
Oh,
to roll
okay.
again to go below.
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically.
So
It's
technically,
true, open it low.
I did go
Okay.
open it low. I was just saying.
You
two.
wandered
And
outside.
Ben, what did you get?
I was like,
71 total.
71. Okay.
Terrible.
So none of you are aware of it. Carlton is heavily distracted by the show, trying to mimic the dancers' moves and everything, which he can't seem to do because he doesn't have the right body shape. Okay. The rest of you
Thank God.
are keeping an eye on things, watching things, and all of a sudden there's a crash as you move and catch the tablecloth and pull off half the plates,
Oh, jeez.
distracting like half the group.
My bees.
Around that time at the bar, you hear a crash from in the room, turn to look, while you contact the bartender and then disappeared out through one of the
Yeah,
doors.
that's great.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
You just got him killed.
Bye bye bye.
Hey, one less
I brought them
member.
all here because I wanted protection.
So you head over to the
Sorry, I
stairs.
rolled a 9.
You head over to the stairs. There's the smell of garlic and oregano in the air.
Okay.
The stairs lead down into the dark. You see what looks like lantern or candlelight from down below.
Lambskin.
All right.
With your low light, you're fine. but-
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can still write it down.
I'm heading down. I mean, you realize what you gave us was dark sight, not low light.
I understand that. Yeah.
I'm like
Elves
freaking
are
out for a second.
no elves are defined low light, which is what I was going with. But mechanically, yeah, you have dark sight.
Okay, I'm heading down.
Okay. You head down.
I'll start with heading down stealthily at first.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm walking into.
Sure. You move quietly down the stairs. As you head down, you hear some voices in the basement.
Okay.
You come around the corner, and it's a large, well-appointed basement filled with wine racks, bottle racks, storage, and so forth. Near the back is a table. There are 3 well-dressed but rough-looking guys playing cards at the table.
I'm dressed in rough.
You're well-dressed. You're not necessarily rough-looking.
I am too, damn.
You're an elf.
You're effeminate. What are you talking about? You're just really tall.
You're an elf.
Right here,
You're
it
like a giant
says,
drag queen.
right here it says criminal.
Situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Etiquette criminal.
I understand that. So one of them is passing out the cards. He looks up as you come around the corner. Calls out to you. Sorry, this area is off limits to the public.
I understand that. I was sent down here for some Drakenwald Red.
Were you?
I was. Trying to make contact.
Oh, okay. Well, pull up a chair.
Just someone that actually wants some wine.
Shit. it.
One of the guys kicks a chair out for you to sit down at the game.
3 of them.
There's 3 of them, yes.
And this is a gamble. Is that even a
Yep.
skill? There is a
It
skill.
is.
And it's intelligence based. Yay!
I should start gambling. Oh my goodness.
I'll go over and sit down.
100%.
But I don't
For my
go up to the table. I just sit down at the chair.
A little bit away from the table.
Yep.
The issue
Okay.
is once
They-
people
they-
start
they-
playing
they
game,
collect
when
the
they
cards.
always
They-
have
well,
kids
sure,
waiting.
You're going to need to play a little bit while you wait, don't you?
I'm actually more here to. This is a little awkward for me. I have made contact with someone who directed me here to be able to speak with the guild that runs the northern areas.
Of course, but introductions are necessary. Come a little closer. We'll dial you in.
God bless it. I'm gonna lose money.
We're playing a simple game of Ulrich's Hammer.
I don't
Starts
do that.
passing out cards.
Sorry, Matt.
What are the rules?
Oh, it's easy. Anybody can figure it out.
This is awesome.
You lose, you die.
I hate you all.
I'm sorry.
I was even like, I'm not trying to like lose. I was being as obvious as I could, doing everything I was doing.
I know.
I was
But
staring
I'm
at
more
people.
obvious
trying to
than
see
you
some
are.
burlesque dancer. I don't know what the problem is.
Again, the whole time I was staring at people and looking. for
Understood.
Stuff, so.
Yeah. There's nothing unusual happening upstairs.
Matt,
Okay.
I can't
Other than the
help
bro-
that.
other than the drop table chairs and things like
Unless
that.
you really want me to
Okay,
use the
so
fortune
give me a
I'm
gambling
more
check.
distracting than he
You
is.
make him even more stealthy
Yep. You're welcome.
by existing.
That's
Hey Matt, you might need this.
Better not use the online dice.
21.
What?
Oh my god, that was opening it low.
Hey Matt, you might need this.
Now, right.
Okay, so you play several rounds, really not understanding the rules. It feels like, as a non-gambler, the game is particularly complicated. To some extent, you feel like every time there's a hand, the rules change.
Okay.
Okay, it's one of these games that on a Tuesday, the Jack beats the Queen, but on a Wednesday, the King wins everything.
Right.
Sort of game.
Unless there's
Unless-
a full moon. Or
Unless the guy to your right.
It's an elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep as straight a face and as calm as I can.
Right.
Learn, talk to
Um,
the gentleman.
You end up spending 12 silver or 12 brass. I mean, they're not betting huge amounts.
Okay.
It's mainly pennies. It's more that they're just trying to pass the time.
Okay.
Okay. And an indeterminate amount of time goes by as you focus really on trying not to lose too much money, while they engage you with this. Meanwhile, what would everybody else like to do?
Probably clean up my mess.
Oh yeah, the waiters arrive and help you clean up and so forth. You guys get back to the situation.
Bless you.
Short time after that, you realize the elf has left the building.
But he leaves all the time.
He does, so it's not really unusual for him to disappear.
The boy who cried wolf first.
That's right.
The boy who never cried.
Anything anybody else would like to do? It's getting later at this point, but
I'm going to continue my efforts to open a dialogue with the burlesque dancer.
yeah. You end up like I said, they put on a show for about 20 minutes or so, and then they take a 10-minute break while the next show comes on. You end up talking with one of the dancers. Seemed very excited to talk to you.
Fantastic.
Takes the flower and you can see a little bit of blushing on her. What information are you looking for?
Information?
If you're okay, you're just talking with her. Okay, so you
For now,
okay.
I'm not planning on pumping her for information.
Okay.
I just want to. Yeah, I just realized what I said.
Yeah.
What?
I'm
I'm
trying
so
to
glad I'm
establish
still there,
the
you know.
beginnings of a. God, relationship is a strong word, but you know what I mean.
A friendship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe
He's
over
trying to
Denny's,
make her
she could tell
his,
me.
what is it called? CI?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
Sure.
Kind of.
Yeah, just trying to
Most
try.
people don't sleep with their confidential informants, though. I'm
Well,
willing
it's-
to make
it's
that.
from-
That's why it's
I'm
confidential.
willing to make that sacrifice.
That's why it's confidential. So, yes.
Just finish what they're doing.
I really want the
Oh,
investigator.
can I go find someone rich and then try and gamble with them? Look for a richer type.
Can you find somebody rich? Yes. There's a wizard right next to you.
Anyway,
Can you
I'll
gamble
lose
with
to
them?
him, so.
Can you Can you gamble with them Absolutely, there is no gambling going on here.
Do you want to gamble?
Again, keep the basic premise is you guys are at a comedy show or at a movie theater watching a show, so almost the entire audience is there to watch the show, not socialize.
Do you guys understand what a burlesque show is?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a stage typically up front where girls are dancing, usually scantily clad, almost like strippers, right? They keep their clothes on for the most
I
part.
went to inquire.
And they do a
I guess, about
dance
the elf.
routine, maybe some singing,
With
things
who?
like that. A little
Anyone,
interaction with the
I guess.
crowd,
I'll ask around,
and that's
right?
it.
Okay.
Right? And you're usually sitting there just having drinks, you know, at tables away from the stage.
I know this sounds like a
Enjoying
weird
it.
comparison. This is like the dancing women at Jabba's palace and Star
Yes.
Wars.
Yeah, kind
Okay,
of.
okay.
Yeah,
Kind of.
same
It's a
sort of
weird
idea.
comparison, but
It's a weird comparison,
Okay.
but the aesthetics are probably not far off.
Right.
Right.
Pull Frederick away from harassing people.
Yeah, why don't you?
Okay.
Frederick,
Personally, I was
I ain't harassing shit. That's him. He's the one who's been warned by the staff. She's actually warming up to
Yeah,
me, man.
the dancer he's talking to in between shows
He's just
seems fairly
jealous.
friendly.
Let him be jealous.
That's
Dude,
right.
It's
I am a
okay.
charming motherfucker.
No,
It's-
I mean, you ask the waiter and the waitress as they come by. They're not sure who you're talking about. They recall seeing an elf. They point out one or two other elves in the establishment, but other than that, they're not paying attention
So
to where
not
individual
Wait,
people are.
wait. Did you tell us what?
No, I mean they recognize
Wait, we have an elf
him,
group?
I believe I may be
but
able to-
like I said, there's a lot of people coming and going.
Okay.
So as far as they're concerned,
not
their
what?
information is he must have left.
You didn't tell us what it was. Like
He
it's a
did not
drink or
coordinate
something,
anything.
right?
Yes.
Everybody here knows the card, and
Yeah.
I couldn't read it. Somebody else
Yeah.
in the group.
Yeah.
We read it, so my overall thing was I was trying to figure out if he asked for the drink or not because I was waiting for him
I
to
went
ask
to the
me
bar.
it.
He
So-
went to the bar.
Okay, that's what I was asking for to figure out the
Okay.
process of what he was doing because it wasn't obvious you asked for the
Body
drink and you
checked
were
some lady and then said the wizard went out that way.
Right. He tried to pickpocket the wizard, and then accosted the owner, and then eventually went to the bar, and then you guys lost track of him.
So
How did you not watch the
Okay,
elephant
okay.
train wreck? Wow, this is great, guys.
okay.
because I created a bigger
Thank you.
train wreck.
Thank you.
I
Then-
frankly didn't realize we were here for you. I just thought we were here to cut over our last show.
Okay.
I totally forgot why we were here.
Yeah, if we know he went to the bar and we lost track of him there, then I'll ask the barkeeper if she or he knows where he went.
I
Yeah.
very seriously
Yeah, he left.
invited you guys here because I needed backup. That is the whole reason why we came.
According to bartender, he left.
Two-way dynamic. You have to let us understand what's going on in the detail.
I did all the detail I had.
You're gonna ask for what?
You showed him the back of a card that had a name.
What
Read
drink?
this. Okay, thanks.
Dragon Red.
Dragon Red. Okay. Bartender looks around the shelf, pulls out a stout bottle, pours you a drink. He calls the Dragon Red. Okay.
That's
So
not what the
in
name
between
was.
in between shows, I'm sure I'm 100%.
I'm not trying to be difficult, George.
I'm not. It's just I bring something up and it immediately gets turned over to someone else. So
Okay.
that's,
What are you trying to do?
I was going to ask the bartender for the drink, the Drakenwald Red. That's what
Okay.
I was wanting to do originally.
Okay. You ask for the Drakenwald Red. They look at you and give you this confused look, saying, "I don't know what you're talking about."
We wouldn't have known it was a drink, George.
Well,
we
yeah,
would.
yeah, you would.
We
A
specifically
Drakenwald
did.
Red at a bar logically makes sense
The
to be a
red
drink.
wine.
That's
Red.
not a problem. According to the bartender, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Can I do an
How did
intuition
you know
check
about
to
Sure.
see if he's lying? Or
Absolutely.
Something like that?
I told. No,
I specifically called it an extremely rare red wine to the group.
Yeah. You guys are all aware of what it supposedly is, at least your theory.
Also, another thing I don't know if George is considering is that he had the card.
He may have had the card, yes, but we coordinated previously. We were going to ask him
I
about
get your
this drink.
frustration.
So-
Yeah, you would have been keeping an eye on him 100%. But
Right.
that's where the critical failure fucked us all.
Okay.
I'm curious, what is your second one?
my second roll was a 67, so I was in the negatives.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Bad,
He was bad.
That's
Um,
good shit.
You get a sense that he recognizes it, but he's certainly saying he doesn't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna put down a gold coin,
Did you get this for a
Okay.
Father's Day gift?
and I need to see the elf.
What?
I'm gonna.
She said he left.
I'm gonna do an intimidation check
Okay.
with my social status and
Oh,
everything.
we're going to jail.
Okay.
Do I get any
No, this
bonuses to
isn't
my
a place
social
that sends you
status?
to jail.
Sure. I'll apply a bonus to
they'll
it.
go to jail if they call the cops.
This is a place that goes
It's like a drug
disappear.
deal.
Okay. You lean over and give him a wizardly stare, intimidate him with your social status and so forth. The bartender backs up, visibly concerned about it. A moment later, you feel a delicate hand on your shoulder, and you see the dark-haired lady standing next to you, and says, "Excuse me, sir. We don't need any trouble here tonight. If you would be so kind as to leave my employees alone. What is it we can help you with?" You're not exactly sure how she covered the tavern, the distance as quickly.
I like that mug, by the way. Did you just get that this weekend? That is awesome. I've been dying to get one of those.
I wanted to get one of those horn ones.
That's a horn.
It is a horn. It's just not one of the whole horns because you have nowhere to put those.
That's
can't-
specific,
those are
right.
so
That's
stupid.
specifically the style I've been looking to get.
I've been looking for my elf colleague, and we were told to ask for Jack of all red. And the bartender is quite clearly lying about not have seen him.
Well, before we start casting aspersions on my staff, since I'm sure they're very trustworthy and they're simply telling you what they believe to be true. If you're interested in Drakenveld Red, she looks you over real quick. You seem to be a trustworthy sort. Perhaps I can assist you. Would you mind coming with me?
Can I do an intuition check on her?
Sure.
And she's magical, correct?
Yes, she is.
She is magical.
Okay. She seems to be telling the truth.
Well, I was mainly intent with it, with my sixth sense and everything.
You don't get any danger sense from a sixth sense standpoint.
Okay.
Okay, now keep in mind, danger.
Well, that's why I was doing
Malicious
the intuition.
intent.
Yeah, that's what I was
She-
asking for.
She
Well, that's-
doesn't seem to have any malicious intent against you.
Okay.
Okay. The
I'm fine.
from an insight standpoint, you're fine with that. From a danger sense standpoint, it will let you know if there's danger, but only immediately before there's actual danger. Like if she's about to stab you, yeah, you'll get a spider sense tingling like it. If you're going into a dangerous cave that has a dragon in it, maybe you get a sense of that from a dragon. But if it's like there's a trap around the, again, these aren't great examples. If it's something more than immediate, you don't necessarily know. Okay, because that's what the sixth sense is all about, a last minute instinct that there's some danger. Okay, from an insight standpoint, it doesn't seem like she bears you any ill will or any threat.
Okay.
Okay.
It can be interpreted two ways.
My goal was to bring the rest of the group that wanted to going. I was trying to be a parent of that and everything. That's why I was getting Frederick and stuff like that. So it's not just I'm going there alone. That was my intent.
Okay.
That was the intent. I don't know if you got it.
I didn't get that necessarily, so you're going to signal to the group to
I made
have
the
them
same
join you.
mistake.
He
I
had
thought I was being
specifically-
obvious through the bar.
Yeah,
He specifically said he was getting Frederick prior to that. So
Yeah,
the
that's-
rest of us,
I
you
was-
didn't
I
mention
was-
anybody else, but
I was trying to be as obvious as possible to the rest of the group.
Okay. So the wizard's over at the bar, talking with the lady. He waves at each of you, and you're all aware of the fact that he's apparently going somewhere with her. Carlton continues to dance.
in between the shows, when I'm going to it. I'm sure I've got these.
The
moves
show
down.
is going on it right now.
Oh gosh, okay. I was trying to catch it in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna go?
I am.
All right, I'll go.
Okay. You wander over there.
I'll wander with him.
What about the rest of you?
I'm waiting for this one to end.
I think we're good. You and I can handle it.
Okay.
I'm staying.
You're gonna stay at the table.
I wave back like
Okay.
no.
You have
I was
nothing
going
else.
to do some more stuff. I'm not going.
You're not going. How about you? How about you,
How
Carter?
did I end up with your mouse? Because that was working on my computer just a little bit ago.
Carter, are you staying or going?
Have one.
It's your stinking elf fingertips.
He's got 4 in front of his computer over here.
Yeah, because I tried them all.
That's probably when it was moving. Are you gonna stay or go?
I'm not going to be any help if I do go, so no.
Okay, so you wave to the group. They all see you. Frederick is the only one that comes over. You see her react to Frederick. She whispers something under her breath. Give me a perception check.
Well, none of these 4 work.
You're in the same boat
When I
as
walk
me.
up there, this is the lady, right? This is the fine lady. I'm gonna give a little flourish and introduce myself. My name is Friedrich.
As he's coming across the room from the table, she says, "Ah, yes, the priest too, of course."
I love the fact that I have a reputation. I don't love the fact that it's right now that it's coming out.
So, anyway, so you walk up and says, "If you follow me."
Take your connection out and back in. That's how I got my.
I can
mine
sense
connected.
holy ground, but can I sense
So
unholy
when you
ground?
pull it out, see which one of these turns off.
Not directly.
This one.
She doesn't cast evil
That's yours.
magic. Otherwise, I would sense it. So
Okay,
it's licensed.
Nope. Well, yes.
See?
license.
That's how I found mine.
Wait, so she's a magic user? Never mind. Okay. All right.
Okay. She doesn't cast hedge magic or witch magic.
Any
No.
magic of Dar, so that's chaos necromancy.
Okay, I understand that.
So
I'm not trying to mislead you. I'm simply going by the information I have. Okay.
she is.
She is a magic user according to his ability to sense magic.
She's attractive though.
Very.
Then I will charm as much as I can. Be like, hello, where are we going?
Yeah, she seems unfazed by that.
Of course she
Yeah.
does. But
I've
I'm
lived
not
2,000
in
years.
uniform, so I've got it's what I've got.
Yeah. So, anyway, she turns and leads you over to a swinging door marked for servants only. Pushes it open and heads in.
I mutter a slight prayer of Sigma.
Okay, you gonna follow her?
Yeah.
Okay.
We see where they went.
You
We
see
just-
them go into a servant's
Okay.
store. Yes. Yeah. At this point, it's fairly obvious because he's making a point of waving at you, and she draws a lot of the attention in the
Right.
place. So okay, she leads you into the servants hallway. Towards the back of it, there's a stairwell leading down. There's a strong smell of garlic and oregano in the hallway, and off to the left, you hear what sounds like a kitchen. She wanders to the stairs and then heads down without hesitation into the dark.
Okay. It's dark.
It's pretty dark on the stairs. Yeah, there's no lights in the hallway as such. There's a little bit coming from the kitchen or from the main room, and you can see lights down below, but the stairs are pretty dark.
All right, and I'll do my best to walk down dark stairs.
Okay.
I'll have him go first, but yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. You head downstairs.
I wonder why I don't trust you.
At the bottom, it opens up into a large basement. You hear voices, a mix of several male human voices and a slightly higher pitched elf, very frustrated, cursing.
I am holding my own, damn it.
He's cursing under his breath, saying, "Crap! I didn't know that rule." As you hear the sounds of coins chinking.
I like give a good little belly laugh. And
Okay.
Yeah.
She walks into the room and says, "Evening, boys."
I stand up immediately.
Okay. The other three just continue sitting there. They finish playing their hand.
They
They collect your coins that are on the
Yeah.
table.
Damn it! I stood up!
Right. That's round 4.
That's right. Didn't you know when there's a jack and a queen on the table, standing up gives in?
Throw my cards down.
Anyways, they chuckle a little bit, collect the coins, continue playing. The lady walks in and says, "Evening, boys. I see our other guest is here already. These others were apparently not quite as patient. I have limited time. My show's going to start in 30 minutes or so. What can the Thieves Guild do for the three of you?
We are looking for, well, two different things. I look at my two companions that made it down with me.
She maneuvers around the table behind the three guys.
It's fine. I look at
leaving the three of you together on the other side.
You may want to close your ears.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk over. Hold on. As this conversation, she does that. I walk over and I just put my hand on his chair like this and just kind of lean on it.
He's standing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm putting my hand on a weapon.
Oh, okay.
And just casually just standing there
Sure.
with the chair in my hand in case
Okay.
I beat the shit out of somebody with
First
it.
off, I'm under the impression that your guild is the most impressive in the town. So,
That's decent praise coming from the southeast.
well, the southeast isn't my chosen yet. It's a little more tasteful.
It's not what I've been hearing, but okay.
Understood. Only because it's more of my taste. I don't particularly care for the tactics of the Southwest.
Well, you do associate with that drowned rat at the table upstairs.
Yes, well, no. He may have to find. Shut your ears. We may have to dispose of him.
They seem incapable of shutting their ears.
We may have to
Is that
dispose.
an elf thing? Are they prehensile?
Look, I pulled my ear off. I take the harness off. It's somewhat prehensile.
His elven ears are floppy, so.
Put my ear back on.
Matt, I can still hear you.
He's like a basset hound of elves.
I say, that's awesome.
Well, I know what I'm creating tonight.
So I say, we may have to make short work of him at some point. He seems to run his mouth and get guild matters involved with our group too often.
Seems like a waste of resources, but okay.
He, at the point of even putting his name on a list of, potential targets. I mean, I'm even interested possibly at.
And then I raise an eyebrow and be like, what?
I'm even interested at the possible.
You were not aware of the bounty on your head.
Well, I know I'm a popular person. I just figured there was one, but I didn't realize my own part of my Reichspiel motherfucker in my group.
Word is the bounty's at 10 gold.
Oh, that's it?
We haven't raised it yet. Sorry.
We? What the hell?
Anyway.
And I'm like seriously, oh, what the hell?
We're trying to bring notoriety to your name to allow us access to other venues.
One of the three guys puts down a card. Jacks, I won! Scoops up some coins. They start dealing some money.
I didn't put anything in there, did I? Did you guys see me put it? I'm not sitting down at the table. I'm not part of this. I push the chair in.
Look,
sorry, distraction.
She sighs a little bit and says, again, I have limited time.
Okay, to make it quick and easy, and actually straightforward, we have a comrade.
Somewhere in a back room, you hear some growling.
We have a comrade that we believe, actually we don't believe, we know for a fact his body was removed from the Colosseum immediately following his defeat by the Minotaur. We know he was alive.
If he was even in the fight
To begin with, that's
Yeah.
true. We need his body and need to know what the price is, and we believe you know what? I believe, because I believe your guild is the only one capable of making this happen. I believe you know, or you would know where to find it. Perhaps even you or a guild is responsible for removing
A body?
or
he's alive.
a replacement. He's alive.
Okay.
Why would you?
Have you heard of Milton?
I've heard the name on the street, certainly.
Okay. We need him back.
I'm so glad you're not.
He's an integral part of our team.
You be running your mouth all the time.
Okay.
I shouldn't say our team. He's more of an integral part of their team.
Their team, okay.
But I can profit from his return.
Ah, profit, yes.
Yes.
That's a good word. As I'm sure you're aware, client confidentiality is rather important in my business.
We're not asking for who did it.
Well, yes. But, let's say hypothetically, my men were involved in such a absconding
I don't care.
any would-be client would have paid good money to do so. To reveal their intent, their location, their identity would go against my business practice. So, I'd certainly ask for you to make it worth the effort.
What would be worth it to you?
I'm glad you asked. You see,
I'm gonna grab the chair as hard as I can, trying to make my knuckles crack and everything, and just grit my teeth.
the chair cracks a little bit audibly.
Yeah, I want them to understand that I'm very fucking angry and frustrated at the moment.
He's not
Yeah,
used to
the guys dealing their cards continue dealing, continue playing. You can tell they're playing, but only sort of. They're obviously
they're
paying
watching me,
attention.
Still hit you with a fucking chair.
Well, remember those drowned rats we were talking about?
Yep.
Okay. It seems they have absconded with their own package. If you'd be willing to retrieve it for me, then perhaps we could work out a deal.
It's not some explosives or something like that, is it?
Oh, no, nothing so pedestrian as that.
What is it?
A fireball.
It's an amulet. Simple necklace. Bit of gold and pewter and so forth, but notable for the slightly oversized moonstone set in the front. Their leader, a one Eric Stormcaller, has said to recently have acquired it. Now, I should warn you, Sons of Ulrich don't really take intrusion into their lairs well. And with your current companions, that may prove problematic with certain loyalties.
Well, you do realize that you're asking us to go after all Ulrich's favorite terrorist group.
All Ulrich has not publicly acknowledged the Sons of Ulrich. They're fanatics. And from your knowledge of the religion, that matches up.
Sure.
Officially, the Church of
I
Ulrich
understand
disavows their activities and so forth.
Look, you and I both know that nothing like that can be made public. And you and I both know that we're not so simple as to believe that kind of bullshit.
Anyway, ignore him. He has no idea how this works.
So
I
noted.
may not understand. I may not
Wrong part of
understand.
town, Johnny.
Fuck.
So, my only question is this. Do you want the leader dead?
I care not.
I've heard of vacuums of power causing severe issues in this town.
The man will deal with that.
Yeah, the man. I keep hearing this, the man. I believe what you asked for far outweighs the life of Melton.
Well, that's unfortunate then.
But I'm willing to bargain. I believe you might have information we need beyond just the body of Milton. Sorry, Milton.
Milton's body's worthless.
From a closet, you hear, "Shut up, Cole."
Then more growling.
So I would ask him one of two things.
Okay.
Either we, because I'm going to fully admit, quite frankly, other than this odd-looking individual here, Milton is, no offense to you, of course.
The wizard?
Yes. Other than him, I don't like calling him a wizard. I feel like it degrades
It's
me.
too official.
Yes. Other than to him, I feel like Milton is the greatest asset we have in this retrieval process.
So he's valuable to you.
I've already said that.
Right.
So
So my information is valuable.
So either we get him back in order to get you said amulet, or you give us information in exchange for this total process. Because I need something to motivate me to risk my life to do what you're asking. Because I gotta tell you,
Your motivation is not really my concern.
then this amulet's not really your concern then, correct?
Well, I have other agents that accomplish it. You seem to be interested, and given your recent history in town, I figured you might be capable.
I'm not sure.
If not, perhaps Vossmeyer might be interested in knowing who visited his house recently.
I don't.
Whatever
think
his
you'd
name is.
Oh, I was like,
I had I couldn't remember the name right now.
Wallenstein.
I know who you're
Wallenstein.
talking
I was like,
about.
He knew who I was talking about.
I
Yes.
was like, who's Boss Meyer?
Yes.
How
Now-
in the world
My elf.
Now,
could you
if
possibly?
you have no interest, as I said, I do have an appointment upstairs on stage.
I
If
don't
you
know.
wish to continue discussing, perhaps play a few more rounds with my men here, you are more than welcome. I suggest staying out of the back room. The dogs are hungry right now. But beyond that, you are welcome to engage in some mild banter with my men. I'll be back in, say, 30 to 45 minutes. If you wish to agree to my terms at this point, more than welcome to do so.
Hmm.
And she moves as if to leave the room.
Can I do an intuition check to see if she even has Milton, like she's lying that Milton's there or some equivalent?
You can give me a blind GM intuition check.
Okay, I'm going to use a
I-
fortune to roll play.
And I am going to yell at her as she's and not yell up a silver. Madam Ava,
Choose the result.
you give us proof
Which
of
one does
life,
he choose the result?
and I will hand you the amulet when I
Which
retrieve
one?
it.
Oh, the permanent resilience. Rolling twice.
You bring me the amulet. I will
Then no
happily.
deal.
Oh, very well.
I'm not doing anything for her for free. No, forget it.
I hate to see you leave. But I like to watch you go.
Right?
Okay.
I literally say that to her as she's walking away in the most charming, just gross way I could.
Okay.
Just fuck
She
this
she seems to be on the up and up.
I don't care. She can't give me proof of life. I'm not doing shit.
Well, you started off by asking for his body. Can't give you proof of life, anyways. Then
No, I said he's alive.
I understand. Well, you said he might have been killed.
No,
But either way, no, she's not willing to give you anything other than here's a task for you to do. If you can accomplish it, she will assist you.
Gotcha. I'm cleaning this chick out.
Okay? So she heads back upstairs. What would the three wish to do?
I'm doing it right now.
Don't you know how to gamble?
Did you gamble against that game?
I look at you two and I say, I know the risks. I know the challenges we face. I'm not willing to die. I have no offense to poor Milton, but I'm not willing to die to get an amulet at the possibility we get Milton back.
Okay.
So
I can't partake. Well, we'll have that conversation later. I don't want to have it in front of these goons. And I just say it just like that to them.
I'm sure I'm not offended. I wouldn't be.
Are
I
we
look at
staying?
them.
How are you gonna stay? Yeah.
But you
I
gotta
say,
catch goons.
good games.
Yep, it was enjoyable. Come back anytime.
Am I permit? I mean, on a very serious note, would I be permitted just to walk down here and perhaps share some cards with you?
If Ava says it's okay, sure.
I wouldn't be talking to her. I'd just walk through the door.
Yes. But if it really depends on what you guys choose to do tonight.
Well, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not dying for some possibility out of it.
That's your call, but I can't say Ava's going to welcome you in tomorrow.
All right. Well,
She gave you an offer. It's up to you if you want to accept or not.
that's up to you guys. I'm not doing it.
I mean, I thought we were going to burn the tavern down anyway.
Right in front of the goons.
What time
If we're
is
gonna
it?
do something like that, I need to go back and get my armor. And I just look at the goons like,
Okay.
all right. I turn around and walk
You
back.
guys
like,
head back upstairs?
Yeah.
That's all I do
Okay.
too.
Okay. You guys get back upstairs?
You said how many doors are exiting here?
There was at least one more door. It looks like a metal door. Leads into a back room for where you could hear growling.
I do actually want to inquire to see if they have that line, or is that just a made-up thing?
So we have a wide selection of wines. If you want to drink, though, go check with the barmaid.
I walk up to the door and see if they stop me.
They look at you.
Bang on the door and yell his name as loud as I can.
Okay. There's no response from the other side.
Okay. So I walk away.
Okay.
Damn.
So no, they're not looking to offer you any drinks or anything down here, and they don't acknowledge whether or not they have the wine. At this point, as far as they're concerned, negotiations are done. You guys have refused the offer. So, I mean, they're being friendly enough, but they're not offering you hospitality. That's what the bar upstairs is for.
This is the guild that you want to be involved with, but be afraid of.
Before they went downstairs, what approximate time was it?
What'd you get me into, man?
11:30, 11 o'clock.
I'm playing scared of Mike.
Getting late.
I thought you guys heard
Oh.
all those conversations.
At night?
This
Yeah.
is the guild that literally
You guys
sat
went there at
down,
like 8 or 9 o'clock.
you know, and all that stuff. So if
Okay,
it's a
then
hit
I'll have
on
to
your
talk
head,
to him tomorrow.
dude, that lets you
Okay.
away from the bar. I'm not sure how far, but they'll let
So
you
you guys go back upstairs, or is there
It's
something
not,
else you
but
want
if
to
you're right
do
there without
downstairs?
your armor-
Like I said, as
Yeah.
far as they're concerned, negotiations are done. They're now just waiting for you either to gamble away some money or leave.
I go upstairs.
Okay.
Do you go upstairs or you gamble?
Oh, what are you doing?
It's hard to follow him.
Okay, then I'll go with you.
Okay. So the three of them head out.
I make it halfway up and turn back around to head back down.
By yourself?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sure, I'll stay with him.
You head back down to the stairs, and then what? Turn around and head back up. Seems like the wizard's
It's
not.
only I can hide it.
It
so
seems
I'm
like the wizard's not willing to leave you alone.
I'm trying to be sneaky and thiefy and stuff.
Oh, but I
Do
continue
deals behind
upstairs.
her back.
Yeah,
And I
you
continue
head upstairs.
upstairs.
The wizard and the elf pause on the stairs and
Give each
face
other
each
the eye
other
like-
face each other down as if you go first. No, you go first.
Good luck, gentlemen. You got a dancer to
I
win.
mean,
You
it's
return
no
to the
secret
party.
That I'm not exactly. Yeah.
I'll leave him. I won't worry about it.
You gonna let him go? Okay. Erdem flinches first and heads upstairs, leaving you to what you want to do.
Because it's not like I'm going to do this in secret. I go back downstairs.
Okay.
I'll sit down at the table. I'll pull up a chair and I get serious about the gambling with them for at least another hour.
Okay.
I don't know how much that's going to cost me. You'll have to decide.
Okay.
But for the most part, I just want to get a feel of. I continuously talk about me.
Okay.
And continuously try to get a feel from them on whether or not she has them or who it went to, who this person, did she barter something with Milton?
Okay. Go ahead and give me a gambling roll.
Not the person to do any of this shit.
Is he allowed to have these?
That's
No.
you and you.
No, you puked last
You
time.
want me to stay, so.
I did. That's why I asked her. Are you gonna stay and gamble with him? You said.
Well,
What are you
I
gonna
got
do?
the impression that you didn't want me to stay down. That's why I went back up.
After I left, I wanted you to stay to do the gambling.
Oh, okay.
Alone.
You were confusing
Yes.
the fuck out of us.
Yes. I wasn't sure what you were doing either, but either way,
It's
you're
all
do-
about I can't gamble and I can't talk.
right. But you can spend money.
Yes,
You
that's
can
it.
do that.
Had you said, because you even said, "Hey, I can gamble." I mean, you got what, a 60-something intelligence?
Remember, you got a 20 bonus to social skills.
Social, that doesn't.
Doesn't,
Gambling.
doesn't help on gambling. Go ahead and roll.
You can
Who?
do it.
133.
133. Okay.
Who can do it?
You get serious. You think you have a sense of some of the game, although the rules do still keep changing.
Yeah.
Especially now that there's been a negotiation, all the rules get shifted around. Okay.
Okay.
You only end up burning through six more brass.
Okay.
Okay.
But I win some hands this time.
You
right?
win some hands, and the ante goes into the silver in many cases.
That's
Okay.
fine.
So you managed to feel comfortable that you did pretty decent. Okay.
I rolled an 89. I sure
yes.
as hell hope so.
Now give me a charm skill.
I don't have charms, so what is that?
Well, you do
based
get your plus 20. Because you are a finely dressed elf with floppy ears.
on? I might have broke 100. I
Okay.
sure did.
Okay.
With the plus 20, I got a 113.
113. Okay. The main thing you figure out is the only one that would have any such information would be Madame Ava herself. She directly negotiates any serious deals herself,
Okay.
and rarely has anybody else involved. She does have one or two main lieutenants that aren't here, at other safe houses and locations around
Makes
the
sense.
city. They might have information, but these goons are just hired muscle that are here for backup, and so forth. Her main concern really is security and secrecy. She values very strongly the
as I do.
the confidentiality of her clients and their safety, because I mean, honestly, she starts spilling secrets, her client base disappears,
And they get her killed.
and she gets killed. So
My only other
No, she's already
that's
dead.
why I was trying to say to her while she was trying to make the negotiations, I don't care about any of that. She could be as secretive. I will never share it. All I wanted was hidden.
okay,
But that's what it wasn't that I was trying to say I don't care if you're secretive. I'm gonna let everybody know. It's a matter of you don't need to tell me shit.
Uh-huh.
Just give me him, or where can I find him?
right. But
That's
if she reveals
That
the treasure,
right?
then the person that hired her to get the treasure, in theory, turns on her. That's what she's avoiding.
And at this point, I'll gamble for another hour, and all I care about is what's behind that steel door.
Okay. I mean, you can gamble for another hour. They're fairly close-lipped about anything else. They're willing to discuss like current events and things like that. They have no interest or willingness to talk about other things
Okay.
as far as operations and so forth.
I did not break 100 unless I got a bonus to it this time.
Still have
Yeah.
the inspiration bonus, the plus 10.
ATPT.
103.
Okay.
You didn't get inspiration.
Yeah, you didn't get the.
Okay,
inspiration.
93.
93. Okay.
So I lost some more money.
I'm inspired.
Inspired by
You burn through another 8 brass.
As I get up from the table, thanking them for the games, I drop some more brass down, making it even silver.
Okay. And you think you might have a solid grasp on the game.
Okay.
Okay.
Till tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm like muttering the rules to myself as I'm going upstairs.
Meanwhile, upstairs, the rest of you, these two return. Still no sign of the elf. He must have definitely left. They return. I assume share what information you guys have.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really
What,
need to
if
speak up
anything,
more.
would you like to do? Around about the time the previous show has ended, they're currently in a break period, but the crowd has a sense of anticipation because it's just about at the midnight showing.
So I know that anticipation is for me.
No,
Because they've been
no,
seeing me.
even you know it's
No.
not for you.
Zombie.
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Matter of fact, one or two of the waitresses have walked by and asked you to calm it down a little bit.
Jealous.
I'm gonna go to the bar,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask
short work and stuff.
for a fine wine,
Okay.
couple silver a cup,
I'm sorry,
Right.
I should
Okay.
level of wine,
You had said you stay.
and I'm gonna have it delivered to the dancer that I had picked out earlier.
Of my charm.
Okay.
You know, backstage. And
Currently, it
ask if she'll join me at the table, and I'll go find a separate table for myself,
Okay.
like a little
Um,
small
You
two-seater.
beat me in game
Okay.
by at
Yeah,
least
that-
20.
She willingly does so. She seems
Probably
thrilled
a little
about the
more.
wine. Eagerly sits down to watch you. You can see around the room several of the other dancers
Mm-hmm.
and singers and everything have taken various seats around the place as well.
Yeah.
They're all fairly used to watching this particular show.
By 30 in that.
Are you? I'm gonna go. Are you feeling peckish? I mean, that was a lot of exercise.
Additional skill
and
you have that.
that was pretty strenuous. Would you like like a cheese platter
Right.
or maybe something?
How much
Sure.
bonus
And
do you
your
get?
intent with her is to seduce her. You're
Alright.
trying to get information. Where are you going with it
A
in general?
combination of both. Really,
Okay.
I want to seduce her, but
You were gambling.
yeah, I'm opening an information line for later, like the next day or a couple days later.
Okay.
You know, put a hook into the establishment.
Sure. Okay.
That's what you.
Anybody else wish to do anything that I'm missing or otherwise haven't thought of?
I'm going to the college close. Is it closed currently?
Yeah, it's midnight right now.
Okay. I'm just going to go to the tavern.
I'm gonna
You're
sit down
I'm
with.
sorry, you're going to the tavern?
Yes.
Oh, to your original place?
Yes.
You're leaving before the
Yes.
show then. Okay.
I'm gonna sit down with the engineer.
He's right next to you.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm trying to take over it.
They're all at the
I'm not
same.
up
You're
to
all at the
dancing.
same table, except for Frederick
Gotcha.
and the elf and the wizard now.
I'm
We're
still,
scattered.
I'm still dancing to no music. Just
Yeah,
slow-
just the
a
four
little
of you,
slower at the end of the day.
slowly dancing. Okay.
In my head movies.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So right at midnight. Yes.
When they pop back up, I'm going to down the last beer and tell them that I'm heading back to the tavern.
Okay.
I got something I want to do.
Okay.
He does. I was supposed to be with him.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes, he knows what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
He blew you up,
I
man.
specifically was not reminding you about it.
Yeah, I
Hey,
know.
remember, we just talked about how there are contracts on at least one of our heads. Maybe traveling alone isn't the best.
I had nothing to do with that 10 gold contract.
Nobody's saying you did. Jerk.
I'll go with you.
What was it supposed to be? 35?
Okay, you can meet some of our friends.
Okay, so you heading back with them, or are you heading that back on your own?
I'm just going out.
I can't believe they
Okay.
insulted just
Okay.
10 gold.
I don't care. I don't know what your guys' intentions are. So that leaves just the two of you at the table. And you off on a side table.
I'd expect these to
You
hire
can't
me.
help it. You
It's
can't
like
help it.
tapping my
You're what
feet
now?
under the table.
I say go like this. He starts doing the same thing.
Okay, just trying to disguise
Tapping
yourself.
under the table.
Not specifically, more intimidating.
Because you're hearing the same music
Because
in
it
your
tends
head.
to be
Right.
it tends
So
to have
loud in
a
mine, but it's
personality of
outside.
disease and death with the leg bass. So
Sure.
It's one of those
it's
silent
what
bars that
it
has
is.
those
So
Okay.
that's how I have it on and stuff like that. So
Okay. So he heads out. A short time later, you two head out. What exactly are the two of you doing?
I was going to go see if I could possibly find Carl.
Okay.
If that's possible at this time of hour.
So it is.
11 something.
They're street kids. Okay.
I'm basically going to go try and find them and see if they can tell me anything about the Red Moon Tavern.
Okay. So you head out to do that, and you're just heading back to the tavern to get some sleep,
yep.
or you got some other plans?
I mean,
Were you actually going to go with me?
Yes.
Okay. William was also
I'm
going
gonna,
with me.
I'm gonna do
Yeah,
miscellaneous
you
stuff
guys take over
and
from
stuff
me.
like that. But
I'm coming.
But otherwise, you're going back to your room and hanging out there.
probably yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless
That's,
I think of something that I can't think of something.
okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so midnight comes around. The music changes tempo, and Ava comes out on stage, sings a sultry song, dance, etc. Goes on for 10, 15 minutes. Seems to capture the attention of practically everybody in the place. Between her good looks, her fine clothing, and the sparkle in her eyes, everybody seems almost fascinated by her for the entire duration. At some point, the songs end, and it's almost like the lights come up, and everything's back to normal. You feel hungry, thirsty, ready to buy food, and have a big have a lot more drinks and so forth.
With no money.
So
I give the loudest applause I possibly can, like trying to
Okay.
get louder than
Yeah,
everyone.
the crowd-
I'm gonna try to get eye contact with George.
he's gone.
Oh, you left?
Mhm.
Shit. Okay.
What was the?
Yeah, you three are the last ones there.
What year did they stop allowing
Plus
people,
Matt, he's
the
been gone.
movie theaters to put that subliminal crap in there?
I don't know. 70s, I think. So, anyways, the crowd gives her a standing ovation and so forth. There's several roses thrown to the stage. She thanks everybody and then heads off the stage. And
Are we allowed to attempt to resist the charm?
there doesn't seem to be a charm as such.
Throwing a room key.
Well, the
takes
reason
a-
I say that is I would be focused more on
Tomatoes.
my hopeful date for the evening as opposed to what's going on stage. If she's enamored by what's going on stage, I'll shut the hell up.
She is.
Maybe give some minor compliments to the dancer once in a while on stage. Be like, yeah, she's really good.
Yeah,
You know.
she was certainly enamored by the show, as was almost everybody in the place.
Mhm.
You recall giving her some compliments and making some statements, but it's kind of fuzzy. You just have this warm feeling of comfort and enjoyment from the overall show.
Okay. Now, having been seasoned adventurers, right? Well, we've
Plenty of salt and some pepper.
yeah, lots of salt. Would we be aware that maybe there was some shenanigans involved post coitus?
Possibly.
Who's coitus?
Okay, I'm gonna check my money pouch and
Okay.
subtly, I'm not gonna be like, that bitch, you know. I'm just gonna,
You start counting your coins. The date looks at you, kind of suspicious. What?
yeah,
You can't pay?
just reach over, and just kind of
No.
everything
Everything
grab
seems,
it. And,
everything
okay.
seems to be present.
Okay. Hmm.
That you remember.
Does she come back out to the
No.
floor or
No.
just off stage?
Yeah, she heads off stage. You don't see her again, at least not immediately.
Gotcha.
So, how late do you guys wish to stay here?
Not much later if you guys are ready to go.
If you're ready to go, I'll go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the bartender in like 2 seconds though.
Okay.
1 minute.
So
later.
obviously you saw my talent out there. Are you guys looking for new dancers?
No.
The bouncer's like, I have nothing to do with it, but no, please no.
No, I mean, do you have any actual athletic skills?
It'd be
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
mean that's
jacked,
what
I'm
it's-
jacked athletically because that's for running and
Entertain?
sprinting.
Entertain, yeah.
Oh, entertain.
Oh, if it was
I got
athletics, I'd be
stories.
right
Actually,
there
that's
with you.
fellowship, so that's not too
Okay,
Yeah,
shabby.
story
give me a
time.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah, forget
Yo,
about
this
the
is where I need that 99. Not
Entertain?
effort.
Well, it is a skill.
67.
Not that bad.
128.
And you're not trained?
No, I am trained.
You in entertaining?
Yeah.
Okay, you do have training in it?
I took. Yeah, I took.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, you got a total of 99?
No, endurance. Sorry, no endurance. No.
Endurance is related,
Dance
but not the same thing.
Horribly all night long.
Yeah.
So no, I am not trained in this. So
Okay, and you got what?
127, I thought you said.
yeah, 127.
Okay. They say, as entertaining as you were, no, we're not hiring currently.
I am button 2 buttons.
No.
Now,
Okay, now take off then. All right.
single,
Make sure I'm
a
walking
single
like
hair
this.
pokes
I
out.
like it.
Yeah. Fluff my chest hair a little bit.
A single hair pokes out.
Yep. His name's Jonathan.
He talked about something.
So I make sure.
I'll
Are
say
you,
my goodbyes and go with him.
Okay,
Are you
so you
sticking
guys all
around?
head out?
you coming?
Okay. So the other two of you, you head over to the neighborhood where Carl commented about.
Yeah.
You wander around for 5 or 10 minutes. Then you hear some talking around the corner. And Carl walks around and says, "Hey, Governor, what you doing?"
I was wondering if I was looking for you.
"What for? It's pretty dark. Them town guards are gonna nick you."
I'm not sure if that was I was just wanting to see if you got any info on that Red Moon's Tavern that you told me about. That you were near.
The Red Moon Tavern?
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
tell you about that?
Yes, he did. He
Told
specifically told me he was near the
Showed
Red
us
Moon
the-
Tavern.
He
Okay.
showed us the note.
The note.
No, he wasn't the one that gave us the note. He showed me around the alcohol festival.
Correct.
Okay.
The
And
kid
he
had
told
like
me that
a huge amount of information that only he was privy to.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Red Moon Tavern. You haven't been hanging out there, have you? That place isn't very safe.
yeah, I left when all my other companions were entertained. It wasn't that fun. Decided to go.
Okay. What sort of information are you looking for?
Like, look at the potatoes. Okay, I was mainly wondering, like, what did you mean by dangerous?
Good question.
Well, we used to hang out there and get some scraps from the trash and everything. But a few weeks ago, one of my mates he went missing. The rumor is people disappear around the Red Moon Tavern all the time.
Any idea what happened?
Well, no, they disappear. And I don't think they're striking it rich, so we avoid that area. But if you want, we could probably keep an eye on it if you want us to.
Yeah, don't get into any trouble, like as in danger or anything.
Oh yeah, we'll avoid that. It's only going to cost you a bronze a day, though. We got living expenses.
Okay. So, yeah, as soon as that he says that I'll give him 2 brass today because of the info that he gave me and for the first
Okay,
aid.
well, you also got to cover Jack and Susie.
4.
Okay.
Question.
You got anything? You got anything specific we want to be looking out for?
Mainly any shady. Anybody acting very shady. Near the
Okay.
joint. Mainly that sort of stuff.
Anything suspicious?
Yeah.
Got it.
Anybody. Yeah.
Like dead bodies walking around in the street in the middle of the night, or guards out past curfew. We got it.
What type of food would you guys find?
Pasta mainly.
Okay.
always
Did
got
you
so much
guys ever
fucking
find
garlic
anything?
It does. They actually comment about that. Yeah, it always has tons of garlic.
Did you guys ever find anything of note while scrounging through?
No?
No. All right.
You mean like arms?
I mean more jewelry of a sort.
No. If we found jewelry, we'd sell that stuff pretty quick. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
You saying they're throwing jewelry away? I know that lady's rich, but I didn't think she was that wealthy. Throw jewelry away.
The only reason I didn't
She's
ask
an
that.
interesting person.
The only reason I didn't ask that was I
Okay.
don't think they'd be dumb enough to throw dead
So-
bodies in the.
So you're gonna check back in a day or two, and
Yeah.
or should we try to find you?
No, I'll find you.
Okay.
Do you have a hideaway of some sort?
Yeah, we live on these streets. He just sort of gestures to the general area.
Where here?
But
Where are we in the city?
you guys are in the northern section,
It's in Frenburg.
Freiburg.
Whatever. However you want to pronounce it.
Okay.
Frenbu.
Freiburg is here.
Yeah. That whole thing.
Okay.
That's also where the Red Moon Tavern is.
Yeah. So they live in the streets around the college. The Red Moon Tavern is at the eastern side of that district.
Gotcha. Then
Okay.
I do not belong here. All right. I thought this was down in the world.
Okay. Elsewhere in the city, you hear growling of dogs barking at night.
And William.
Dinner.
William, our character. These guys aren't associated with any thieves guild. They're just basically.
Yes.
That you're aware of.
Yes.
Now-
That I am aware of.
Mulder, come here.
And I tried to school you on that. but
Yes,
you
I am
ignored me.
aware.
Okay.
These are all stand-up children.
More-
You
I
walk
don't
back
want
around the
stab
corner, you
them
hear a couple of high fives.
while walking
So some
someone
girl
who
says,
tells
"You're the
me.
man, Carl."
Okay. I'm assuming we grabbed our stuff on our way.
Yes, I'm assuming you got your
Yeah, okay.
your stuff when you left the
Okay.
bar. They
well,
now have a collection of weapons, shields.
Well, almost the same.
They toss
where
it on
else
the pile
you
of all
wanna
the
go,
other
William?
forgotten stuff. Okay.
Is it saying where else you want to go, William? I'd be willing. If not, then I'll just go head back to the town.
Okay. You guys meet back up at the tavern. Presumably get some sleep at
Yeah.
various times. You have
Oh, I
something
make it
else you
back?
want to do? Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm telling
I
everybody.
mean, you're the last one to get there, but
I was gonna say I was there well after.
you
she
you
finished
were
her-
you were definitely there late.
If I'm still awake at that point, I'll inform him of what we did.
Okay. By the time you leave, most of the place is emptied out.
The lady
Um,
never comes back downstairs.
no.
And is she in there when I get up there?
No.
Yeah, I got those little ruffians.
Good.
Not ruffians. Little
Um,
kids
so-
watching them.
anything in the middle of the night, early morning, anybody wants to do, or you're just gonna get some rest and start the next day?
Is the bartender there? Anybody I can talk
There
to?
are a couple of bartenders, yeah, when you're leaving. They're
The lady
cleaning up.
gave a, we'll handle the request. I need Milton needs to come back to us intact and alive. If not, I'll
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
Damn drugs.
I turn around, walk away, gather
Okay.
my bow and arrows, and leave.
Yeah, he seems confused by your statements. Doesn't seem to have any involvement in any of those dealings.
Oh, I'm totally putting this chick on the marker. All right.
Okay. So next morning, you guys wake up.
I got something I
Oh,
want to.
okay. You headed to the church.
When I get to the church, I'm gonna immediately put my armor and grab my warhammer.
Sure.
But
Stick it back onto the pads that are like bare and like naked on it.
I don't like this.
He feels safe. in
Yes,
it.
you feel cuddled in your armor.
I'm gonna find whoever the highest ranking priest is of the temple.
At 1 a.m., that's like just one of the acolytes right now. Yeah,
No.
you're technically the highest ranking priest currently.
You find
That's
yourself.
fine.
Everybody
I'll
else
find
is asleep.
That's fine. I'll go
Okay.
find them.
You're going to have the high priest woken up.
So
Yep.
you arrive, sorry,
Okay.
can I have it?
Like you said, I'm the highest ranking priest here.
Well, in the area, yes. There is a higher ranking priest of the temple, certainly, than you. And that's when you're... Okay, so you direct them. They hesitate and kerfuffle and then eventually go over and wake the guy up. 1:30 or so, he wanders down. Looks rather annoyed to be woken up in the middle of the night. Says, "What's so important?"
I've learned of a plot within the city that's going to affect this temple and all of its occupants. You need to know immediately. We need to start arming the temple, and you need to start training immediately because I believe a war is about to break out between
According to everybody, I've already have.
the Sigmarites and the Ulrichians because the Ulrichians are making a play, and I'll explain the situation about how the underworld is seeking to start an unrest between the temples by stealing
Cost of Milton's life
by stealing from
is killing the leader of your group.
the leader of his group, his terrorist cell. And I have met with Al Ulrich, and I understand he is fond of that group. He tacitly approves of them. You know how that politics
We're
works.
concerned about.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let you know I'm not going to be coming back probably for a couple of days. And in the meantime, I wanted you to be aware.
Okay.
So-
Well, I'll certainly bring it up to the council.
Do not do that.
Well, that's what the process is. If there's a threat to Middenheim,
It's not
Then
a
it
threat to
needs to be-
Midnight, it's a threat to the Sigmarites. You guys are far outnumbered here. You're
Okay.
far outnumbered. If you
I don't
go
know
to
if I
that, you
should
may
bother
actually
or
start
not.
it. I'm just telling you to be prepared.
okay. Well, we can certainly prepare our defenses and wear our armor and that sort of stuff.
That's what I'm asking.
But if
you.
there's a legitimate threat,
if you
then
have any underworld connections, you might want to start pinging them to find out what's happening.
okay. And the threat is that the thieves guilds are going to start a war.
Somebody's itching to start the conflict. The Thieves Guild are adding fuel to the fire. And whether they intend to or not, it's going to flash within the next few days, would be my guess, from my investigations.
Okay.
So, and then
And-
with that, I just turn around and walk. I don't even do the formalities or anything.
How much money?
Okay.
I'm a fucking warrior priest. He's a temple priest. I don't give a shit about his opinion. And I turn around and walk out. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I'm not playing the politics of it. I just want these guys to be
Okay.
prepared.
Okay.
And
You gave us
and
some
before
warning.
I leave, a compatriot of mine has been kidnapped by the name of Milton. If you know anybody within the city who can hit some ears, I believe I know who the Drachenwald Inn, right? Do I have that right?
No.
No. Anyways,
I'm not there.
I'm not there, and I can't use that now. Thank you.
Sorry.
So, anyways,
Well,
this,
once said.
and I'll describe the location and the burlesque show and all this, and the lady. She's head of this little freaking criminal empire. So, you might want to.
Are you sure we shouldn't inform the city watch then?
They come on. We know the politics of cities. Of course, they know who she is and what she does. Of course, they do. It's all
Right,
approved.
but if this threat is as serious as you say, then the council and the watch should take action.
Look at the bigger picture, though. The council has already taxed the Sigmarites.
Yes.
They may be itching for the war. So if you go to them and say, hey, we know of this other stuff, blah, 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 it may actually be the flashpoint. That's why I'm not
Okay.
telling you to start the flashpoint. I'm telling you to just be prepared for the flashpoint. And if you have any underworld connections, send them out and start pinging and figure out what's going on.
Okay. Well, we will trust in Sigmar and your abilities to diffuse the situation then.
As he yawns.
I'm gonna take over this fucking temple. I'm gonna turn around and walk away.
No, I mean he's doing the same thing as you are. You're the war priest. You're the guy of action. He's the politician.
He does have you there.
I understand that.
if-
That's
if
why
you-
I told him to go out and send his feelers out and stuff like that. But
Right. His
going to the council and saying, "Hey, look, my warrior priest who has a bounty on his head from the underworld has," you know what I mean?
and he's willing to keep it quiet as such and do some basic investigations. But from what he's saying, the normal approach for that sort of threat would be to inform the council, who would then launch official investigations and track down necessary informants and so forth to get to the bottom of it. If you're saying that's a bad idea, he's going to hold off, at which point the only thing he functionally has is faith and a warrior priest.
This is why worshipping the god you worship is a fail.
Yeah, there's a lot better gods out there.
There.
On a serious note, Sigmar only knows how to do one thing: throw
Hammer
the
things.
hammer at it. Yes, that's it.
That's the Sigmar theory. It's
I'm
evil.
okay with
Crush
that.
it.
That has served me well up until this point. But
And so he's saying, take your hammer to it. I'll count on you to defuse the situation.
do you have any priests in training here that could use some combat experience?
No.
Get a bunch of people.
No,
It's
we-
a major city. There would have to be a warrior priest here.
He has some, but none he's going to send out. If the threat is as dire as you're saying, any warriors he has, he needs to defend the church with.
Himself.
Yeah.
I'm the church.
Fair enough.
No,
You
we
do
have
the-
to protect the holy relics.
Right.
We're in two of them.
You don't want to rent
Hey,
out.
there's holy relics.
Do you rent them?
Hmm?
Can you rent a holy relic?
No.
Like 2 gold.
So he acknowledges the threat the warrior priest is bringing to him. He acknowledges your plan of keep it quiet, and his response is, whatever defenses the church has, they're going to batten down the hatches and protect the church. But that means he has nobody to send to help you.
That's fine. I will trust your judgment on the politics side of this. Obviously, politics are not my thing.
Every house of God.
Okay.
So, if you feel it necessary to contact the council, then I'll trust your judgment on this.
Okay.
May I suggest letting the what the fuck is his name? The high priest, the high priest,
Grand Theogenist.
the Grand Theogenist. I just saw that.
I can send a raven, but it'll be a few days before he receives the message, depending if he's made it back to Altdorf yet.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure this would probably
Okay.
just do
Okay.
Honestly, it's a lot faster.
barrel
All right. Yeah.
potion.
Don't send a
What?
raven because they
Okay.
will be intercepted.
Effectively use
I can send
the
3
barrel
ravens.
effectively as sufficing. There's no lock bombs. Nice.
As was the group's plan.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I
Three
do the entire
All right.
thing again.
So I mean,
No
he will inform Altdorf if you want.
Cost of a
Yeah,
barrel.
absolutely. Inform Altdorf if you feel to do that by messenger or by
Slash.
pigeon.
Is there anything
Sure.
for
Whatever.
We will seek guidance from Altdorf.
Yes, it's a lock.
because you'd have to incorporate that.
Okay.
So
I was gonna talk to you.
And then add,
Was there anything else you wanted to do
something
tonight?
To it for
Okay.
No. I'll just
at least double the cost.
anoint my armor
For
and,
the
and
base
stuff
barrel,
and
Sure.
is double or triple
oils
that
and,
cost.
and
okay,
leave.
but yeah,
Okay.
I went through
And
all
head
those
straight
one
back
in
to
the
the-
book. There's no like pressing
Okay.
block box.
Following morning, you guys all get up at various times, woken up by the sounds of the carnival continuing. You guys compare notes, presumably in the morning, with what information you guys have. At
We're all
least,
gonna die.
okay. Dire protections from the elf.
Actually, I say if anybody wants to make some money, he is worthwhile to turn into various guilds.
Okay, thank you.
And then I head out to the archery contest after. What?
Oh wait, what time is the archery contest?
Nobody here is gonna turn you in.
Are you autistic?
Yes, I just got 3 whispers.
What?
Imagine.
When's the archery tournament?
Okay.
When is the archery tournament?
Not until 10 a.m. or something like that.
10 a.m.
Where is that?
Early.
It's in the Grimbow Stadium.
It's the stadium.
Square marshals.
Square Marshal.
2 p.m. So I have all morning and
So-
early afternoon.
Okay, do we want to go ahead and
Are you gonna
figure out
find
if we
the
could
Grand
go and figure out
Alchemist?
the pricing for that?
I'd rather try to find a safe
But he's not in
box
until.
if we're gonna store something.
He's
Okay.
I thought he was on his way.
Right now, we don't have any worries, but
No, we passed it.
I wouldn't worry about it until we
Okay.
have to.
He was headed toward the
True.
Oh, do you
How long
want
would
to
it
meet
take?
the
Find out how long
guys?
it'll take.
takes a week.
Yeah, that's
Took
I
us
can't
7
do that.
days.
What skill? Yes. Honestly,
2
yes.
weeks of game time.
Yeah.
I want.
Okay,
But
so
only
it
once.
is day 4, which
This
is
rate.
Bakartag.
I'm pretty sure it'd be the same thing.
Really?
It's the
How's the
top
weather?
one. That
It
one.
is overcast and chilly with
There is
slight
no
snow
archery
flurries in the morning.
Got it.
There is no archery tournament today.
Yeah, Mark Tog 2 to 4.
There is no archery
Oh,
tournament anymore.
Back there.
Period.
Yep.
I missed my opportunity.
Sorry.
According to this. I
Okay.
thought you said I had more.
I honestly thought you did.
I think the day he was gone was the
I think what
So-
happens
day
is
of it.
the timing lines up. I think
That's
it's
some BS.
each and every day there's an archery tournament.
Yeah. I would challenge him outright. And
Okay. We can sort that out.
There's not a single thing that lines up between 2 to 4 on any of them.
I want to go to the horse fair.
A horse fair?
There's a
That's
horse
actually
fair.
excellent. Do you know how to judge horses? Because I really would like a nice horse.
I'm sure I do.
Where is the
I mean, look at my clothes. It
What's
just
that
makes
based
sense.
off of? That's probably a trained skill.
Evaluate.
Do you want to know how much your riding
That's
was
me.
is?
Does anybody else have evaluate?
Yeah,
I
think
do.
I
Of
do.
course
wizard.
you
I
do. Is there a skill you don't have?
He's been here
You
long.
have
I
it?
do.
I do.
Okay. You're about the only one I would trust. Sorry.
Not me.
Wizards are trustworthy.
It's not that. It's that you're skilled. Because it's intelligence.
Do you want to know how much your riding was is?
What kind of things are going after Royal College of Music?
I really don't.
You know what sucks?
I can tell.
We used to have,
Being a
and
rabble rouser.
the elf was party
Who
too
works
when you guys
on,
had all the
Right.
Back
warlords
tag,
and
there's
stuff.
the
Yeah, but just
3 to
like
5.
eight
Carter
pieces
is the
of one
Dwarven
one.
Valley Choirs. And then the
Okay.
Barbarian of Vasile is playing again tonight.
That's actually something I'd like to
You
see.
already had that ticket.
Actually.
I could go watch it again.
I sent you a message.
Was it today we were supposed to go meet in the office with that guy?
No, I have to schedule an appointment with them today.
But if
So you
you
can
want to
do
go
it
meet
tomorrow.
the kids, I'll be here in the tavern.
Okay.
You don't do that.
So the on Bakartag, the first event that comes up at 11 is the next challenge to the Graphs Champion.
I'll come with
At
you.
noon at the stadium is the Fire Breathers. Then there's a life sculpting exhibition, a horse fair, Stompball quarterfinals, Dwarven Valley Choirs, the Incredible Elephant Show, the second game of the Stompball quarterfinals, and then the Barbarian of Vasile is playing again at the Opera House. Is there any activities in the morning before these events happen that anybody is interested in following up on or taking care of?
I don't like that you used a word that means something else. Did you mean that word? Or did you mean the English translation of that word? No, you used a W word. We have been calling the guilds by their
Good names.
Region.
directions. And what you put in was a word that does not match what direction I'm used to hearing.
That's not a direction.
It's a
It's a region.
region. Okay, so I need to look at the regions on the map. Because all I've ever heard is east, west, and north.
Okay.
And I don't remember what that means.
I mean, I'll start with the information of making
Okay.
another appointment.
Much better.
Right.
That
I'm gonna go with
You
him.
can make an appointment with.
Hey, Matt.
Did the Wallenstein do it again?
Okay.
Really making friends with you because I need money.
gotcha.
I'm going with him.
Okay.
If you're willing to make money, no matter what means, I've got you covered.
What made it so we couldn't go last time?
The good news
I've
is
not been here
I've
at the
been
beginning
putting
of
points
each
into
session, so
agility,
it's
so now
missed.
I'm actually
Right.
somewhat
Okay.
stealthy.
So
if I'm
you
not
guys
doing
make
something.
inquiries first thing in the morning.
A whole bunch of
He has an appointment available this afternoon at 1 p.m.
Okay.
He's willing to meet with you for up to 30 minutes to discuss whatever it is that you guys wish to.
Then make it
He acknowledges that there has been previous attempts.
I know that.
His schedule has been very busy with the carnival. For whatever reason, they haven't been able to meet together, but he's making 30 minutes for you based on your inquiry.
Okay.
The only time that you continue was that.
Okay?
There's
And
something
then I also
that
want
was
to
a
go
low
to
point.
the college.
Not 1,000.
In the morning?
A more reasonable
Yes.
one
Okay.
for me to actually get,
When
get
it
somewhere.
opens, is
It's
I want to go
300
to
400 or 500.
records, and I want to
Half
know
half of.
And all it says is you
what
have to
the
have them.
Red Moon bartenders.
I need to have some money
licenses
and
are
get back to my hometown.
with my social
That much
standing
money
and stuff.
will
What
put
she's
target on my
registered
back.
as, if she's registered and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's also
That's why you
why
have somebody else retrieve it.
What's her name? I'm sorry.
that. Well,
The bartender?
going
No,
along
the
owner?
That was also
Ava?
kind of why I was wanting to get one.
Ava Dietrich.
I was gonna say I can go inside, but I'll just sit in the lobby.
Here.
That's what happens.
Okay, so you're going to research her, but still make your appointment.
That I'm playing.
Okay. You're going to go with him to the appointment?
Yeah, 1 p.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and inform the group about the appointment at
What
1
class
p.m.
do you
and we'll all
need to
go in.
train?
Well, you're going to college.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah,
back to
yeah.
school,
It's a
so-
long-term
Okay.
goal. Like,
So,
character
who are you
design.
guys specifically going to bring to talk to Wallenstein?
So I get all my XP for a new
I
character.
was just tell the group that we're all going.
We're all going to the meeting.
I'm
Yes.
trying to play the aspect of. I'm trying to.
It's
do
like the
my
whole
long-term
main
goal.
plot of the story that we have to go. The reason why we came to the town in the first place.
Well, I don't
Get an
know how
elf
big
boat?
the meeting room is. I mean, 8 people.
That's why I went in the morning to go make the appointment. So while people were preparing in the morning, you can either alert them as a group or you can alert them as a group. Either way, we're all going.
The wizard wants everybody to go.
We came here.
The wizard
to
has invited
find out what
everybody.
to do. That
I
is
mean,
supposed
The
you-
wizard has commanded.
Should I go
You
with
shall
you?
all go.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Except for you, Willie,
Okay.
when you stole his money, I think.
I didn't still. I still
7
something
people
that apparently
in a
wasn't
meeting
looking
room
for.
seems like a lot, but I don't know how big a meeting room is.
I
So.
robbed the shit out of somebody else.
Lois, how many people in here right now?
Huh?
How many people are in here right now?
7 minus Sean. He's not real.
Pretend I'm Wallenstein.
No, there are 7.
Does this seem like a lot?
I represent Wallenstein.
That's what I just said. I said there are 7 of us minus Sean.
Okay, so he's researching in the morning and has directed everybody to join him to meet Wallenstein at 1 p.m.
7.
What's everybody else doing in the morning?
Is that his house or his
At his office.
office? Okay.
I understand where
Are
you're
you
coming
carrying the
from.
banner?
Everywhere I go.
Difficult
I mean,
concept
out of
to,
respect for Milton,
choose
at
on.
least. I mean, it's only been having been 24 hours, and he really likes the banner. So
you should keep.
I
you
mean,
should
I
keep
really
carrying
feel
it
like I
around.
should carry it. My prep is to clean the banner every day, and
Okay, so you're going to
'Cause
spend
I-
the morning getting things fancy again?
yeah, as far as I can tell, this
Something
must
hidden
mean
right here on the
glory to
flag.
Milton.
Yeah.
Is what these symbols must mean.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ben, what are you doing in the morning? If anything.
So I was going to mainly hang out in the tavern.
Okay, so you're not doing
in
much.
case, until like if he wants to do me to go somewhere with him, like
Okay,
I'd like to. Yep.
so you're just hanging out to be
Yes,
available.
Yes. Yes.
What about you, Thad?
I'll go with him.
Researching at the college?
No. I'll stay around him actually wherever he's going.
He's hanging out at the tavern.
That's fine. I'll hang out at the tavern.
Okay.
I made my peace with the temple.
We're gonna try to find the location in the city that has the most tension.
The most
Between
tension?
populace.
40 times 5 is 2.
Like most
God, I can't use it.
anxious
Can't stand
populace.
politics.
Okay.
The quickest one's to snap if something went wrong.
Based on the taxes, that the 3 primary groups that are being targeted are priests of non-Ulrich, wizards, and any academics, and anybody who is not a Middenheimer.
Are there major dwarf like
Yes.
areas in the city?
Yes, in the wind, there's a large group of them. They're all the workers and engineers that maintain the walls.
Got it.
They're the dwarves are being targeted. The Church of Sigmar and the other churches are being focused.
And why
That's
she
what I was
left.
researching too.
Okay.
I'll go
I
there
think she has no.
and scout out the populace, find
Possible.
find locations where groups, large groups gather
Okay.
of the,
No idea what to
of the
do.
dwarves.
The only
It's
lead
been
we
more
currently
than
have
They
is the fact that
well,
some
they're either
wizard
working or they're at the
supervisor
Dwarven Engineers Guild.
was there talking to the lady.
Okay.
And when she saw him,
She bolted.
she bolted.
So why does she have a beef with
The
you?
wind
I guess
isn't
I'm just too
himself.
scary.
Easy.
I think it's the fact that she knows he you know him.
Have
I
you
mean,
ever
you
followed the-
three are
So I
the
won't.
core.
I will still. I won't look. at
Everybody
it.
knows that
Wander
the
around.
four, you're all tied together.
But
Did we ever
You
follow
won't
the
you won't look
one
suspicious
who
walking
walked
around
over
any
and
territories to any commoner.
we haven't been able to find
If your
Yeah,
concern
yeah.
is
Yeah.
Thieves
I don't
Guild,
wanna go to the
That's the lady.
you
to
will
the
definitely look
Irish
suspicious
Times.
because it's
That have
relatively
the
known
abandoned
gold.
that you're associated with
Go
the
talk to
Southwest
them, tell
Guild
them what's
with the
happening.
Drowned Rats.
I had tons of money.
I
at the
confused.
beginning.
I confused the
Did we
direction.
ever
No, I
follow
went to
the-
Lighton.
The wind is
I
the
thought
southeast
you were
one.
It's the lady
also,
she-
because remember how you
he's
talked to
at.
the
I
high
was thinking
priest and you were all complimented?
Other side.
I met
No.
him in the street.
Okay.
He was just walking past.
I
Right?
don't know.
Isn't that how that
William.
played out?
What's
when
that?
when I
What's
met
the
all
lady's
over it,
name that had the giant
it was
purple hat
he was
after
just
the
walking
barbarian?
down the street,
He
and
was at the beer
Lady
fest.
Renfield.
yeah, and I bumped into him, and we had a moment, and but like I don't have like his cult. I haven't talked to them yet.
Right.
So, and his cult's the one we want to steal from to potentially free potentially dead Milton.
He is an active ordained member of the Sons of Ulrich,
Right.
a terrorist organization and fanatic cult that worships Ulrich.
Okay.
Okay?
Who is?
No.
Him.
I knew he was.
Okay.
Every time I went anywhere with him, I thought I was dead. Literally, I was like, I'm fucking dead. Every time, I'm like, oh
Right.
my god.
So the background and everything is he has associated himself to the point of officially joining their organization with brand of a terrorist organization. Now, publicly and even for the most part privately, the Sons of Ulrich is not a recognized, authorized organization. It's purely a terrorist organization that operates out of fear and so forth.
With a nudge and a wink from all Ulrich, from my perspective.
That's an interpretation, absolutely,
Right.
yes.
So here's my thoughts. Right, we can go to them and be like, "Hey, look, the Thieves Guild wants to steal your magical amulet. What are you gonna do about it?" And just kind of kick the hornet's nest.
Nobody knows about that, but he doesn't know. I didn't share that shit. Did you guys share it with him?
You shared that they tried.
I didn't share anything with. Nope. I said, yeah, they're trying to kill it.
Well, I'm having this conversation with him.
Between the three of you, you guys are all aware of what that request was.
Right. That's what I'm asking for. The next morning, I'm having this conversation. Should we go over there and kick the hornet's nest and see what happens? The problem is, I'm not. I will tell you this: 100%. I am not going to participate in stealing that amulet. I don't care if it's. No offense. I don't care if Milton's life's on the line. That's fucking suicide for me.
We all say no offense, but I really
I feel a lot of offense
feel
coming.
Do you
like
know who Eric Stormcaller
I'm just glad I'm not
No.
even aware.
I didn't say no
of
offense
it.
when I
Just
said
assuming
is
we're
I'm not
gonna
risking
die
my
if we
life.
go and
Sorry.
take it.
I'm just
It's
glad
suicide
I'm
for me to
not
try,
talking
but
about
I
hearing
just
names.
wanna-
I know, we're just
I'd be
assuming he's
totally
some great
offended.
powerful
Let's
guy.
do
I
our
forgot.
meeting first. With the person,
Well, I mean,
because I
he's
want to
thinking
at
nothing.
least tie up that end.
Oh,
that we've had
100%.
since at the beginning.
He's not
I,
gonna
I
100%.
don't know what to ask the person. That's why I want everyone there, because my interpretation was we got him in a room alone. Now's your chance to ask whatever questions we want, accusatory or not.
And this is the guy from.
This is the guy we suspect being the same person who's torturing peasants from the castle.
Yeah,
the
we think-
Wittgenstein.
his sister was
100%.
That's,
Okay.
that's who we suspect.
Right.
So
God, I totally forgot about that fucking thread until tonight.
Yeah, we.
Jesus.
I don't want to be there because I robbed the guy.
Alright.
I know.
So,
Yeah, but if you were successful in robbing him, he doesn't know you robbed him.
oh, he knows.
Oh.
no, that's
Let's go. I'm willing to smash his head
So
in.
let's-
If he,
Let's make a list of questions though,
Yeah,
of what we can think of now, because in all reality, I got lots of questions. Like, what's his favorite color?
Perhaps you have a bard who's good at coming up with questions.
Terrible.
sure, sure.
What?
Is this thing on? Hello?
God. Wait, what's your performance in comedy?
But going in, I really feel like going in, we need to figure out questions.
Yeah.
What exactly?
The who
I
is?
mean, are we going to be just straight up accuse him? 'Cause
That
I'm
is
cool with that.
a cult
that's why I
title
wanted people to be
of
there
the
because I don't
leadership
know
leader of the
how
ti-
aggressive
of,
we
it's a
would
title.
get, because
Okay,
this
so
is day
Stormcaller
4
would
out of
fit that title.
I don't even know how many days of
Possibly.
this festival is. Is 7 or 10?
And the letter
Yeah.
said stuff like
I thought it was a
If
full
if he's the
month.
leader of the
I have
cult,
no
yes.
idea.
So this week
is
was
not
the
a lot.
actual.
Conceivably, he might just be a
Everything else
grunt
was built up to it.
member
We
of
got
the
here a week
group.
before. Yeah.
So this is week
He
2.
just
This
happens
is
to
day
have to be there.
9.
Right, but assuming they filled you all
Day
in
4
on that
of the
all
week, so
request,
Thursday.
and
No.
am I gathering you have not told anybody, the three of you have not told the rest of the group about the Red Moon request?
Correct.
He filled me
Okay.
in on the fact that
I
they want
I told
to
him that
my leader.
they want the leader of.
Just my
The
overall
rats
thing was
dead.
with the information we got.
That's it.
Okay.
Something big's going to happen at the end of the week.
Yes. Friday was going to be the day.
And
But
we're day 4
I told him
out
this
of the week.
because I
And we
was
don't know
so
what the
my
fuck is
goal-
going
Yeah.
on.
and the way I
So
portrayed
mine-
it is I was
So-
concerned about a guild war.
The only.
Yeah.
Okay.
and this
Somebody's
could be
inciting
another
a guild
stupid,
war.
wild
He didn't tell me at all about the
stupidity of
ring
mine.
thing.
Correct.
Okay.
The amulet.
It's unfortunate.
Midnight to 2.
Not a ring.
Last day.
Amulet, right?
Having a way to connect a couple
That's
threads,
how.
possibly.
I'm
Okay.
assuming
and
that's
not having
Sunday,
the
maybe.
info.
I don't know. Maybe that's Friday.
Okay.
What's called
It's the
best
grand
weapon to
finale
knock
of Illumination
somebody
of
down?
Blackpool.
Sap.
So it's middle
It gives
of
you a
night,
direct
2 o'clock,
bonus to
witching
your,
hour.
Maybe.
But,
But
but that's
Sap.
I feel like
It
we got to
has
do
a
a meeting.
subdual critical.
We definitely have to check out
Yeah.
the sewers underneath this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how the
SAP.
rest of
It's
those
like a
computers
coin purse,
were
but filled completely with
communicating
coins. You
and stuff.
smack them over the head with
Gone
That's exactly what it is. It's a stitched off piece of leather with lead. In
lead or lead shot or sand or whatever, something really heavy.
And that you club
It's
people.
So do we get a rec
It's
picture
all
to
of
take
lead
us under
that you
the
hit
city?
someone with.
Yes. It is meant to knock people out.
Got
Go
it.
to
And
the
only
meeting first.
occasionally would it kill him.
Yeah, go to the
Yeah.
meeting first and stuff like that.
So if we're doing that, then we
The
probably
key
don't
is you're
want to be
supposed
too
to sneak up
aggressive
on them, ambush them.
on him, only
knock 'em out.
because
Got it.
he has tons of power in the city.
I don't know if that weapon is
And
in
if
the
we get
list.
so aggressive,
Probably isn't. I
We'll
always
be
saw
in
it
hiding
as AI,
immediately.
which is sight.
Side.
so I don't know which.
Yeah, because
At that point,
I'm not an
any
inquisitor,
weapon, you just
so I don't have
you
the.
need to make sure you're calling
the
out
inquisitor-
that you're trying to subdue.
We got intimidation. though, right?
Sean might incur
Yeah.
a penalty on your
Same
attacks,
George
so
said
you must
intimidation.
declare it
I
before
can
you
intimidate the
attack.
shit out of
Okay.
people. That's not really a
I didn't know
problem.
if I should like
So
buy
can
a
he.
club or a mace.
We just need to know. We gotta have the right questions.
A club
to
is
ask.
always a beneficial weapon because it's going to do.
Yeah, but what questions can you ask where a guy's gonna admit,
Ask-
oh yeah, I've been
That's
torturing
a call
civilians,
by Sean.
and I'm totally a chaos cultist. What questions can you ask?
Freaking
Do you torture civilians, and are you a chaos cultist?
Kind of.
Sure. Yeah. And then he says no, the
You have
obvious.
A normal role master.
Who doesn't torture
which is not
civilians?
Warhammer.
Right.
Role master. You
I mean,
Says the
so-
wizard.
as long as you heal them when you're done.
I did have to learn how to burn people to hell.
skill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you,
No, not that
no,
way.
No,
Not
no,
that way.
I don't think.
Get another one in here.
How it
Put
is.
this one out.
I'm pretty sure he was
But we're also under
Hand
the-
him no creds.
Nobody realized.
There's
he was
also the
full-time.
chance
crits.
that once we get
You
into
have
the meeting
subdual
room,
crits.
he's had
No, I think
bodyguards.
as a physician, he was
I've done it. I
straight
don't
up
remember
Yeah.
what
the whole
he
time.
imposed as far as a penalty.
Under the guy.
They're
You're
they're
so
just
goddamn
under the impression that he's going to be by himself. But
You-
everywhere
you
we've
can
seen him,
only
he's
How
had
have I
bodies.
surrounded myself with these people?
I don't know. If your plan is rough them up, beat up a official of the city, that's probably not going to go well. I mean, you could certainly beat them up and or kill them,
Bodyguards are going to take.
but then what are you going to do?
So just talk.
Right.
At some point, you might have
He's
to
not
ask
going to be
Sean.
in by himself in the office, which is the implication you're giving off. That's all I'm saying.
No, he's not. And even if we do, even if he admits to it, what are we gonna do?
Exactly.
Right. He's got tons of power in
So-
the city, but we need to get
yeah, but that doesn't do
information.
shit when I'm
Get
killing
accused,
him.
So-
of killing nobility again.
Did at any point
Wouldn't
did
be the first time.
I'm alright
at
for it.
any point did
It'll
you
be the
show us
third time.
dagger?
Except this time it's true.
Make us do it.
The
think
problem
you
is
put
it's
that
been
in the
true
wall,
every
right?
time.
Do what?
You put it in the wall. You didn't show it to us at any point.
No.
You've got
Somebody else came
other
into that
dagger,
room and saved
right?
my ass.
you got the
She was kicking
dagger
my-
that the sister
She was
had,
kicking my beard.
right?
No,
The
he
chick
has
with the dagger.
So he's
that I
got
the
both
dagger
daggers.
it.
The
No,
one
one dagger, the college has and stuff like that. The other dagger that Matt has is Matt has.
got, but that came from his house.
Not,
Not, and this is outside. Outside. This isn't like.
That came from the
I
castle.
just want. So the other one you have at the college. It's
At
being
Altdorf.
at Altdorf. So setting it on the table to get his reaction isn't gonna happen.
Why would they have one of the two daggers? I think he's lying.
I think he's absolutely lying.
which I can't tell one way or another.
He is. I bet.
So maybe
Seriously not though.
maybe
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I
Absolutely.
the letter.
believe
You held your
George.
case pretty well.
The fact that your dad's back there laughing.
I
I
don't understand half the conversation at
I'm
this
pretty
point.
sure I remember our conversation about it all because I gave you out of good faith and was like, "Listen, I completely trust you," and you
Which was
returned
a
me
mistake.
you returned my dagger to me.
Mhm.
The other one, though, I thought he kept. I didn't realize he turned it in. That's my concern. I thought you kept it. This whole time, I thought you had it.
So, what evidence do we have of him being the guy who was torturing people?
So the
His first name is
Besides the-
Goddard.
Yeah,
Right,
besides the
but-
letter.
but the letter itself
None.
states he has power in the higher circles.
Right.
So very
Turns out it's the
possible there.
graft.
He's new,
Are
and
we
he had
all
he had only
counting up?
come here a short time ago,
I don't know.
and
I've
was
given
given
up
that
trying to
position of power, or earned it, or voted. He hasn't
I've
been here
not
for a
been
very
talking.
long
He's
time.
been here for several years.
Oh, thought this was.
Doesn't matter.
Well, this is my
He's
Who's
an
corresponding?
he's
Was
an,
it-
he's
he
an
didn't-
elected
right.
official
right.
that's been in that position for several years.
Are you still?
Oh no.
It's agility based.
Should we go to
But-
the church?
So the only other
It's the church that
person,
gives us.
the only other person.
Not my church.
He
You know, working in church.
Yeah, what are they going to give us? They're going to be
You
like,
just
well, I
a
can't
second.
go into
Okay.
their affairs or anything like that. I don't know anything about it.
So
Like we've done with every single person in this town.
Yeah, this fucking town. Just burn it.
completely different thread, guys. But it was just an epiphany, so it's probably wrong. But the letter specifically said. This is outside.
I'm
We're
not-
trying to figure out what to get. So, Goddard's Wolfstein's not it. Completely not. If you erase that loose thread out of the whole conversation, the letter specifically says enjoys the debauchery of the underground, the weird crap, exactly what you got involved with Pavarotti,
Yeah.
who has been treating the
The prince.
and the prince is slowly getting better, and everyone around them is getting sick and dying, which is exactly what happened back at the castle. So maybe
Oh my god.
So what's your
That's not
conclusion?
my conclusion is that Pavarotti is feeding off from whatever, not vampire style, but like they were feeding off from all the peasants to
Okay.
keep their chaos alive. Does that make sense? Like,
I mean, it could.
Talia.
So he was talking about
Oh.
earlier at the thing. He
The
did
word
give us
the
the
word
print
is he
of
came from
Pavarotti,
Talia.
along
Which is Italy.
with the person that's sick.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
prince.
as- as
I could get an
as a
audience with the
physician,
prince
as
and
a
the-
secondary physician.
Yeah.
So with that, we can have a meeting with him also and use Goddard as a route there if
Yeah.
we think that approach.
So we could
Which is
change.
probably more legitimate because the only thing we have on Goddard is his name.
right. And it would make perfect sense that would be like, why would he come here and keep that name and then send correspondence back and forth with his name written on it? It doesn't make any sense. I know, Matt. I know. This is what happens.
I can't read.
Pavarotti is not well liked within the circle.
Right.
That's what we have figured out.
Makes sense. And
So
It smells of death.
And if the wife died of strange circumstances,
right.
and the only legitimate heir at this point is that boy, what better way than to wait for the father who hasn't been seen in forever?
Few weeks.
Right, 2 weeks. That's a
That's
long
a lot.
time for me. I live every second, 70 seconds to a minute. So
You're a mayfly.
I'm on the way. Got five. Quick, gotta get there. Done.
24 hours.
But yeah, I think that going about, I mean, even if it's just you guys, to get that set up to go see him. And yeah, we can't see him alone, but at least we can get a little closer view on Pavarotti that isn't the close view that he got.
How do we make this many days into the festival with all of us still mostly lost?
Because there's so
I've only been here
many
for 3 days.
threads.
I'm only following my own personal threads, just to let you guys
That's the
know.
problem. Is that what most of us are doing?
I started off trying to follow the
Pure-
group threads.
Purely GM to players. The group is doing remarkably well keeping all the different pieces in perspective. Okay? Now, ultimately, all the threads coalesce. When, how, and what the plot is, you're going to have to figure that out. But you guys are following all the threads for the most part. There's some aspects people gloss over, some things people obsess over, but you're getting there. But there's a reason why it's a 10-day carnival.
6 years from now, we finally reached the end of this.
This particular chapter is one that this campaign is particularly known for the role-playing aspect. If you notice, there's been minimal combat.
Oh yeah.
It's pure role-playing, and the limited feedback I get on the videos, those that are watching this one have commented how well the group is doing as far as the complexity of it. So don't get discouraged from that standpoint. Yes, there's a lot of information to sort through. From my perspective, you guys are getting there. It's not a quick payoff, but that's what makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
And so the final date is Festog, which is 3 days from now.
No, 10-day carnival, I believe. Unless I'm off on the timing.
Backertag is what it is now. Right?
Oh, you're good.
The master calendar shows me.
Freitag. Festog, man. Festog.
Yeah, I think Festog, because that's the grand finale.
You are currently on day 4, which is Backertag. It goes to day 8, which is Festog.
Yes. So
Okay. Konenstag and Onstag.
So about halfway there.
So what the heck does that
A
mean?
little less.
Comstock. Oh no.
Onstag. Yeah, then Festog.
Right.
There's nothing. Is there a day of rest after Onstock?
A
No.
lot of them just don't have stuff after on stuff.
So there's only 3 days left.
No. Festog is when there's the pageants and jousting. There's another opera. And then the main thing is the illuminations of the Black Pool, which is the grand finale of the carnival. That's at midnight.
Okay.
That's when the Olympians are going to attack.
Why is there a contract out on me?
That's not important.
Players to player.
When is the reason?
When he was
When is there
describing the Drowned Rat Guild, he mentioned the word absconding. One of the articles that the group has received a while back, the one that is marked by a purple fingerprint,
Yeah.
mentions that the guild has the Purple Hand cult doesn't have time to deal with a absconding Magister Impedimentae. That could be this. The reason this guild wants the Drowned Rat's leader, presumably, dead, is because he's absconding against the rest of the cult. This whole cult we have stumbled upon may be the Purple Hand, and it's just disguised in other forms.
Well, it has infiltrated. Admittedly, it has infiltrated all tiers of society that we've seen.
Also,
So maybe it's taken over that entire
the witch hunter
Ulrichian cult.
in the start of the
Some
campaign,
research
the
into
witch
that.
hunters we got hunted by, and eventually got trapped inside of a building with,
Sounds
were
magical
in
to me,
league with the Purple Hand, and the fact that they knew our
I don't want to
his
steal it.
alter ego, I forget his name,
It's Magic Item.
the one he tried to
To
steal
give it
20
away
grand
for
from.
him.
Well, yeah,
Go
well,
north.
you keep it.
We're on the same page.
I don't know. I think
Okay,
that's
so you head off to
really
the
far.
you head off to do your research
Right.
while the rest of the group continues to
His
consider plans and so
His
forth.
alter
With the
ego,
plan that everybody or most everybody is going to go talk to Wallenstein this afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get out of that. But yeah.
I know you had a separate
well,
task.
if we can get that meeting. With,
Okay.
Let's do that. Would you rather get the meeting with?
This is very personal.
With the
It's
muscle
not
person.
secretive.
Yeah.
It's just personal.
You want the
Any
court
muscle?
physician and the
Depends
prince.
on what you want to be affiliated
Have
with.
him give us a secret. Have us
Should we look
visit
at
the
the?
sick prince.
will
at
very
the same
specifically
time
affiliate
she's getting
Stay away
medicated.
from watching the
Don't
video
even
and
tell.
comments.
Let's
Don't
come
even
with
tell
you.
that.
I don't care.
And I will
As in,
be
are they
serving
spoiling
meet at the
the
same
same
time.
story or anything?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
well,
we only have one or
okay.
two viewers, so
Because that way,
they're
yeah,
not.
that way
They're
you
more
can
curious
tell
of what you guys are
which
doing
one
than
is
anything
actually
else.
metagaming. I
And
might be able to figure out
There's a
exactly
lot
what he's gonna
of
do and figure
stuff
out
that gets
what's
altered
going
with
on.
the story
And at the
anyway,
same
so
time,
don't
I'm
worry
caught
about
off
that.
guard and asking questions.
That's a
If
good
I
idea.
want to look
I
like
it.
I'm more, I want to look
It
like
was
I have
Ulrich that
him
offered
with
that
me.
up to
The
me,
problem
correct?
is that
It
I
was
think
you
it
have
was.
the gun.
okay.
Wasn't it all Ulrich that offered up
If
to
I
me?
would
I
take
can't
either.
remember.
If you're
Or
worried
was it the
about my armor,
physician?
I can just wear.
Well, the
something
physician
else.
wasn't
I don't
asking
care.
for that. It was either Wallenstein or the
I would take either or both of you.
priest. The,
Well,
both
Understand
both
you are
avenues, I think, would
specifically
work.
affiliating yourselves with
But they were
Yeah, I'm
specific
they're all
that you
over
can't
there.
see the
and
prints
this
without
specific area. of the
Pavarotti
underground.
there.
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah.
You just go with
Okay,
me or stay
I'll
with me?
I'll go talk to all Ulrich and try to schedule a meeting with
Sent you a
I
note
just
back.
friends. And
Ahead
I'll
of time.
I'm gonna head over to the
Holy shit.
head Ulrichian temple, where all Ulrich would typically be.
Okay. He would either be at the Ulrich Temple, or he would be at the palace as the personal advisor to the Graf.
I'll go to the temple first,
Okay.
and
It's like every penny I have, Sean.
I'll make sure that I'm not wearing my helmet, right? Because I don't want to look like I'm ready for war when I walk in, but I am going fully armed.
Okay.
I will wear my cloak and have my hood up,
Okay.
right? So
You're
just
going there first thing in the morning?
after we've had this little
Sure.
powwow, yeah.
Okay. So
And
you head over to the Grand Temple of Ulrich.
Grand Temple of Ulrich.
Okay. There's several acolytes there who greet you as a would-be worshiper, and then they realize you're covered with Sigmarite things.
Mm-hmm.
How can we assist the Church of Sigmar today?
Are you going to?
I need to speak to all Ulrich.
None of that happens.
Could you
so-
please send a messenger to him to let him know that Friedrich is here to discuss urgent matters?
We
I can make a TV to the church.
Something of note.
And is there an offering plate or a TV box there?
Yeah, there's a
Tithe,
burning
whatever the fuck it's called.
a pot over on the side that's currently burning with flames.
I need to
Looks
find
like
the
it has a
Raven
few
fan
coins
club.
tossed in it.
I'll throw a gold
I
in
need to
there.
find the Raven fan
Okay.
club.
Okay. They inform you that Ulrich is not currently available for public discussions, but he is expected to make an appearance at both the life sculpting event
Okay.
and the horse fair. You may be able to meet him there. Otherwise, his calendar is rather busy at this point, between the palace and his other normal duties.
And let me know if they accept the gold or not. So I don't want to mark it off unless they're like, okay, yeah, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, they're fine with that.
You think I should be one?
So you said no questions asked. I do ask questions, but I'm assuming they don't answer it.
Correct.
I'm not gonna go to the interview thing with
George?
Wallenstein.
Okay.
I plan to go to the engineering guild
Okay.
and try to research anything I can find in the books or whatever. Because you said I could go research there, just can't.
What are you looking for?
Sewage of the engineering, like maps or
Like maps of the lower levels or
yeah,
whatever?
maps of the lower levels of the city,
Okay.
or like things I can figure out about it.
Yes, we need to.
Okay. They have lots of blueprints and maps of various
I'm not
buildings
doing
and
all
public
stuff.
offices. Anything that is undercity or defenses are restricted and limited access that you don't have access to. Those are restricted only to ranking members of the specific guild because they're trades or they're national secret type
Herr
stuff.
Kufstrauss.
If there's anything from a public building or
Which is
surface
Mr.
area,
Dear
that's
Mr.
visible. The general information you have
That's
is
an
the
asset
dwarves have
at the
taken
end
care
of
of the walls ever since and the
Kufstrauss.
undercity ever since the founding of Mindenheim.
Kufstrauss.
When
Kufstrauss.
the original settlers moved in here, they made a pact with the dwarves to have that the dwarves would protect the city,
Yeah.
while the humans brought prosperity. And the two have worked together ever since.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll just study like the various entrances then that
Sure.
come from the upper levels.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few notable areas. You take note of them as you're digging through things. George, you said you wanted to search for what specifically while you're researching?
What the Red Moon Tavern lady's
You mentioned
license
that
is
earlier,
for, magic, rank, what she does and stuff like that.
Okay.
Also if she has any relations to the deputy, or any like personal relations or anything like that, and then anything in the record of a registered amulet that fits the description of that.
Okay. So give me a blind GM research roll. I think it's research.
Do I know where you went?
Wizards don't have research.
Okay.
Do I
So
know where
you
went?
to the college.
Do I know where? Okay.
Yeah,
Do
you
I
know, yeah.
Gotta know in case he disappears, or I'm gonna infiltrate
Right.
and kill him.
Okay. So you hire a couple of scribes to help you search for things.
Sure.
Okay.
That's your
If that's
dude,
what
kill
it
you.
requires.
Yeah. I mean, to do
He's doing
to
something
do
I
research
requested.
in quick order. Yes.
I'll kill
The
any
only question was
things
whether or not any of this was
hurts
private that
any
you
one of
didn't
you.
want to share.
when I requested you to do something for me.
Did you hear that?
No, it did
Okay.
not.
The only question is whether any of this information was private
My skill
that you
with
didn't
the
want
bow
to
is
share
pretty
or let anybody know that you were looking into.
I finally broke the 100 mark.
Otherwise, hiring scribes is trivial, sort of thing.
Unfortunately, mine
I'm
will
not worried about
basically
Okay.
them being scared,
That's
them
their shit.
having any information.
Okay.
That's
So
the key.
they do some
You won't
research,
know.
and in the morning they come back to you. According to them, she is a registered level 3. I forget what the schools are.
Sex offender.
Oh my god.
That's messed up.
What?
Damn, that was spicy.
calm down.
Yeah, it was.
It's after 10, guys. That's what happens.
I didn't hear what he said.
Nothing.
Good.
I need to
Yeah,
hear.
nothing good.
Well, it'll be recorded.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
To be used against him later.
That's
anytime.
right.
I don't care.
Okay. Core rulebook. Magic.
You
Find
tore
what
some
college
stuff
is
up
for.
under here, didn't you?
Remember, you only cancel people that care.
Cancel me. I don't use social media anyways.
Okay. Casting.
Play
Spell it.
pickleball. Have you ever played pickleball?
Why would I want to play?
I'm just trying to find the schools of magic so I can
love
give you the
for
right one.
people to start showing up on like Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Vandalia Rec Center to start playing with us, but Tuesday's actually kind of busy, but it's all old people. Like the median age is probably 55 to 60.
Okay.
They whipped
She
my
is.
ass all over the court yesterday,
Mm.
and I even pulled a muscle, felt like a 90-year-old man. It was ugly.
Well, they're
And-
probably a lifelong tennis players. That
No, tennis has not. Tennis, I'm serious. Pickleball
Closer
is
to bad.
unique, and it's closer to a mix between badminton, ping
Um,
pong, and tennis. And like the game is played within
she is
About
a
8 to 10
registered
feet of your
level
opponent.
3 wizard
And
of
that
the
ball
Lore
is
of
going-
Death.
that fast.
holy shit.
Okay.
Isn't
Okay.
the front part called the kitchen?
There is
Now, I'll just
the
stay in that.
scribes are not able to
It's
find
like
any
outside the
references
kitchen
to any
is-
relationship between her and Jaina,
And
other than
But
the
if
fact
the
that they're
ball
both
bounces inside of
wizards.
the kitchen,
Yeah.
you're allowed to
Okay.
go in, aren't you?
There's no
Can't step
personal
in and
relations marked in any of the books
outside
or
the kitchen,
anything.
try to reach you.
According to her,
So somebody
according to
spikes it
them,
down.
the
As long
Red
as it
Moon
bounces
Tavern
to you, you're good.
has
Kitchen,
been
if they can get a reverse curve on it and spike it down
in
and come
place.
back, you're-
records go back at least 200 years.
These
Okay.
60
It's passed through numerous owners over the years.
Okay.
The most recent is Ava Dietrich, as of about 10 years ago.
But it's
Okay.
let me put it this way: I thought I was good because everybody I've ever played with
Anything else?
in
The amulet.
pickleball.
Oh,
I
they
was
look
one of the top
into
players.
a Moonstone amulet. They don't find
Anybody I've
anything
played with for the most
specific
part,
that
we won our
matches
games,
what
we stopped.
limited description you have.
Tuesday, which is
The
yesterday,
best they
I
can
knocked on
find
doors,
is
played with these people.
moonstones
I was
are
literally
associated
the
with,
second worst player out of
night and
16
moon-related
people.
magic.
And
They'd
was-
have to see the
there was
specific
only
thing to be able to
probably
do any
out of
sort of
those 16
correlation there,
people, there were
or
7
get more
people who
information as far as what it is.
Other
There's
nights,
nothing that
5
they can
people
find
were
that
there.
references something referred to as
The rest were-
the
and
Moonstone
people
amulet.
older
It's
than
too
me were
generic.
60
Okay.
and above,
Okay.
and they whooped my ass.
I gotta come watch this.
It's incredible.
Remind
Any
me
other
next
questions
time
you had?
come by.
6 o'clock Tuesday at
Okay.
Vandalia Rec. 6 actually. I think they
George,
might
I know
start at
it's-
6:30.
I know this wasn't information you've given us yet.
put it in
Oh,
bed.
yeah,
I didn't
I'll
hear
find
the
I was gonna say, it's
type of
crazy.
magic, if you don't care.
Oh, more death.
Lord dead. Okay.
You found a whole bunch of information, I hope. I'm trying to purposely talk to. I apologize if I interrupt him.
No.
I don't want to hear it because I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I try not to listen though. That's why I always seem lost, is because I'm not actually listening.
Okay.
It's whatever he chooses to share with us is what I know.
I'm good at that. Not throwing
if
that
you're
into my
interested in some
character,
sort of
but-
sport,
Well, the
I
main
do
question would be
paintball.
if there's other things or thoughts
I
that
used
you
to
guys
go
can
all the
think
time
of
when I
that
was
he can
actually not
research.
that much younger.
Yeah.
He's there
Did that
researching
one with us.
Yeah,
as
we
far
got
as prompts
two
and
paintball
ideas and
guns
things
in
like
the
that.
back room.
It's expensive.
So when if we
Yeah,
can,
we
if we
had to
can
buy
get
some
that
from
picture
somebody
with a picture,
that
if we
retired
can
from it.
take a picture,
They
less
never
than.
used them. They were selling them
She
for
offered.
Exactly,
way more
exactly.
price than they expected.
So you're
I got mine online.
Got mine for Christmas.
Getting all the air, the paint, it's very
The-
expensive. Past or
Yeah, they had like 2 bags of perfectly
I
good
don't know where
paint
it was
and a few
Okay.
I
cans
lost
of
it.
fair.
I lost it. It was so if we get in the room with this physician, you can see if he's using magic.
Yeah, I can see if he's a
You
spell
can
caster.
and you can see if he's a bad physician, like doing things deliberately to hurt somebody, possibly,
Potentially.
depending on like his level of expertise.
in other words, if you're not enjoying it, we need to know. If you're enjoying it, then actually no, opposite. If you're enjoying it, we need to know.
You
As far
like
as
what,
magic
if
is.
you're watching the torture,
Yeah, and
And
you're
he-
going,
he-
yeah,
he's
we're
like-
like, all right, there's something wrong.
yeah, I've done that.
He walks
before.
into the room. George smiles.
This guy's evil.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's.
Was there anything else people wanted researched?
How to make money fast.
If you come back with any information for me, I just make sure that you had the proper description.
Did I have the right scale of price for that item?
I'm assuming not, because the amount you put in there was like 10 times
Okay.
or 6 times the original cost.
Okay. So let me see the book, at least what the official price is, and then I'll amend that. I went from memory, so I figured I might be off on
When
that.
you put that in there, I was like, what? So
Yeah.
here's this.
Okay.
I don't know if you
That'll
can read
work.
it because I cannot.
I have glasses.
So do I, and they don't work.
No, my glasses work. I recharge the battery. Okay. Oh, yeah.
I want to say
I was a little off there.
okay.
Okay. So let me amend that.
I have a feeling what he. Yeah.
Put in the amount. I was about ready to start saying, okay, who do I gotta kill to find it? I literally typed in a certain action I was going to do to get what I needed. So I'm glad you are amending certain things. Okay. I absolutely.
Same other stipulations.
I will. Shit, Sean. Stop admin.
What?
I also wanted to figure out what events would Fire Wizards be able to join, cooperate in, or anything like that.
As far as the tournament, or as far as the
Yes.
carnival, you mean? Let's see. The main attractions calendar. They're definitely using Fire Wizards for the finale, because that's going to be a whole bunch of wizards are going to be involved in that. It's effectively a fireworks show. Bakartag. Let's see. We have. There's nothing specific for Fire Wizards. The Fire Breathers show. I mean, it's really people. It's more of an acrobatics type show.
I paid the price, Sean.
Life sculpting would have things. Flying displays. The Elven Light Singers would be more bright wizards, but again, fire has some application to those sorts of things. There is no, that I'm aware of, a specific fire show from a magic standpoint. Okay. If you were an ice wizard, then the Ice Dance Championships
Wasn't
could
an
use
option,
you.
otherwise I probably would have done nice.
Okay. So,
That's a kiss love.
I think the
Which
flying
one makes-
displays are.
That actually makes sense to me now. That would be dangerous. Wow, they're coming here to make a display. Wow. They better keep those witches in the lock and key.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, that's what they call them.
Yeah.
That Kislev just calls every magic user a witch. The more
Which
abrupt
they
with
better
that.
keep them under lock and key.
So, okay. Was there anything else you can think of right now?
You said there wasn't anything.
No, nothing that I'm seeing on the calendar per se. That's like highlighting a fire wizards.
Okay.
Wow.
And nope.
Okay. Okay. Was there anything else anybody wanted to do in the morning?
Have you already researched what kind of illness this kid might have?
We don't have any of the personal records about it. No one would tell us anything about it.
That's a fair point. Well, I am headed to figure out how to get us into contact with the kid. So
Okay.
I'm gonna track down. I'm gonna spend my day wandering around the city, following leads to find Ulrich.
Okay.
You said you could see all whispers, right?
I believe so.
Okay. The whisper that I sent to Matt, could you possibly look up that price?
What?
I looked
I'm not
through
looking
the
at your
book.
tablet.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm seeing that.
All you want.
I don't have glasses on,
I don't see one from you to Matt, or it either didn't go through to Matt or
It doesn't copy the old whispers. It's the same thing.
it's supposed to, but okay.
Well, okay. Then I was gonna say, how much was a lockbox?
A lockbox.
Yes, like the actual box for a lock.
That locks.
Okay. Just a basic one you can get for 2 silver.
2 silver. How about a more sturdy lock box?
10 silver.
10 silver.
You want a high quality safe, you're going to talk in multiple gold.
Okay.
And it's going to take time before they can acquire one because they don't just have a bunch of safes sitting around.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Not be too safe.
It can't be too
Personal
safe.
reasons.
Log on to Amazon and just order
Okay.
it tomorrow.
So, my understanding is the next step is you guys are going to go talk to Wallenstein, at least a few of you, and you're going to go track down all Ulrich for the afternoon at a couple of different events. Is there any other activities in the afternoon of Bakartag that anybody wants to do?
I still want to challenge the dude to it. I don't want to use my newly acquired. I want to challenge him to see if I can win his vote before I pay for my new.
Okay.
So that Jade Knight sculpting is there. You want to go in with me?
Already doing something else.
I'm fine with that. They do express that there is a limited window of opportunity.
Just your intelligence is so much higher than mine. My fellowship's high, but
You are talking to the Thieves Guild.
It's fine.
We'll
Okay.
go to the- Since I have,
I paid them the money.
All of it?
I've already marked it off. I paid
Okay.
them all of the money.
Okay, so they're going to acquire what they need.
I'm going to challenge the guy to
Okay,
win.
so you might have two.
Correct.
Okay,
If it's defined,
I'm good with that.
um,
Then you can share.
that's probably got something
Yeah.
for you.
Your will.
I'm
Do you want me to ask her that's what that is?
I'm gonna head over to the Champions duel,
Okay,
the challenge to the Crafts Champion.
okay,
I'm gonna chat him up because there's a time delay between where I think Ulrich's gonna be,
okay.
and I'm gonna go pester him again about
Yeah, man. Whatever you want to do, though, then just on your. So I can
The-
hold like.
the Prince
What
and
about
what Prince's health condition is, and
Prince is dead.
the slimy court physician.
No, Prince is nearly dead.
He's nearly dead.
yeah,
But the king was nearly dead. The prince was
The
dead.
king hasn't been seen.
No,
The king's probably
the
dead.
wife is dead. The queen is dead.
Yeah, the queen's dead. The king's about to be dead.
This whole time I thought
Prince
the
is dying.
queen and king were dead. So
I'm gonna mention to him that Ulrich has offered me a meeting with the prince and the court physician, and how I'm not gonna let him in on our plan, but I'm gonna let him know that there's some suspicion there that we're investigating, hoping to help the crown.
okay.
I'm gonna try to talk around it, but read between the lines, champion kind of guy. Because he expressed prior that he was no fan of the court physician.
He doesn't really know him. Doesn't really have any strong opinions one way or the other.
Oh, I thought he showed open dislike to him.
No, I mean he suspects.
Huh?
He's
Yeah, I
he
thought-
suspects that he might be a quack.
Impressive.
Right.
Okay, but
Oh, you need
it's
that for
it's purely gossip from his standpoint. He doesn't have any foundation for it. He suspects he's a quack using Stefan's condition to advance his own social status. Because he's seen that happen before,
Right.
where people have shown up claiming they have a miracle cure, so that they can get in with the palace.
Well, you do know that in my retinue, I have a
Sorry, buddy.
licensed physician of the state of Altamont,
Missouri.
right? Of what is it?
The college.
The college, and I'm also pretty proficient in the art of the healer's arts. So, do you think you could get us an audience? What's it? When does? Better yet, I'm gonna peg him for when he thinks the physician treats the
Not
threats time wise. Like, does he treat him in the afternoons at 2 o'clock or anything like that? Is there a particular time?
He doesn't really know. I mean, he can inquire and let you know, but he doesn't really get involved in that sort of thing.
The fuck is this guy's purpose?
He's the champion. All he does is fight every so often. Anytime the Graf gets accused of a crime, he walks out and fights the guy. That's his entire job in life. Which is why he's so busy right now, because he's putting on a show and he's hoping somebody beats him so he can retire. Nobody has thus far.
Oh man, I want to challenge him.
If
so
you'd be
bad.
willing to at least give me half of my XP, I'd be willing to challenge him. Like, saying,
Are you asking him?
no, I'm not there.
You have a bag of XP.
No,
building.
GM's
Yeah.
a player. I'm
No,
saying.
I'm not doing anything like that. If somebody wants to challenge him, understanding that to win is to accept a lifetime position as the champion until you are defeated, by all means, challenge him. That's certainly an easy way into the palace.
That might not get your interim goal though.
I have done nothing for my interim goal so far.
So,
That's why I've been talking to Matt
Create
so
my own
much.
temple.
okay. So we will stop here because it is 10:30 and I know a couple people are getting anxious to get done.
Sorry.